Hello everyone. Hello there. Good evening. Audio's fine. Yep. I'm in Discord VC. Check. Yep. Hello everyone. Welcome back. You thought I'd abandoned the Spain campaign? No. Absolutely not. Haven't done it for quite a while, but we're returning to it to see it through. It's been a good one, and we're only on the third session of it coming into this. So everyone, officially this is the first Victoria 2 stream on my new PC, and the first time that I've really played Victoria 2 on my new PC. I have actually loaded up Victoria 2 and gone into it, but that's just research for Bavaria Part 17. You know, going in, getting some population stats, brigade counts and whatnot, you know? That sort of thing. But this is it for the first time. The way I like to, or the sort of joke I have in my mind about my new amazing CPU running Victoria 2 is that one of the cores of that CPU is going to be working really hard while the others stand and watch it. That's the situation of a good CPU playing Victoria 2. So welcome everyone, I'm looking forward to this. I like my single player Vic 2 streams, you know, I really like them. So, hello to Woven, Ladoge, Zeroring, Dread, and Mr. Zumi Dread, who has been... We've been building up Dread a long time, you know, for his legendary appearance that he got in Bavaria Part 17. I mean, if you've been watching these streams for a while, you might have seen him coming in and talk to him, and we've been teasing his first breakthrough starring role. Hello, Noe. Building a NASA PC to play Vic 2. That's a comment that I've gotten a lot when posting about my new PC. Everyone's joked about it, right? You know, getting this new PC just to play Vic 2. But I think some people were seriously questioning it. I'm not sure.
Part 17 was great, but it only made me want Part 18 more.
Well, if you wait a couple of weeks, maybe less than 2 weeks, we'll see. Then you're going to get Part 18 pretty soon. Don't worry. Thank you, Dread, for the 2 months. Yeah, a lot of people commented on my new PC saying, you're getting it just to play Vic 2? Most people were joking, but I could have sworn that some people were serious, because when I made that community post about the PC, some people came back with silly replies, criticising my choices, and saying, oh, you should get this company instead of that company. Yeah, a lot of, not even backseat PC building, which is fine. I mean, in the lead up to building my PC, I welcomed comments on it and feedback. But after it's built, to comment on it going, oh, that's shite, don't buy that, buy this. After I've built it, at that point, you're really just showing, oh, you're so much more knowledgeable about PC building than everyone else. That's all you're doing it for at that point. They come in and say, oh, wow, you shouldn't have done that. You know, I'm really smart, I know my PCs, and you should have gotten this instead of that. Huh. Oh, don't like it. No, that's bad. At that point, you can just take that comment and shove it.
Hello.
Hello, Tacoman, aka You Can't Cope, unfortunately. Thank you very much for the 7 months. So yeah, that's my new PC. I put it at the intro of Bavaria Part 17. I think everyone is aware of it at this point. It was very fun to build, it all went very smoothly. Oh, here we go. 5 gifted from Taco Man, thank you so much.
You Can't Cope _ unfortunately gifted a tier 1 sub to consume.
We get the unfortunate gifted subs, and your subbing is leading me on nicely to one of the announcements for this stream, one of the nice little things we're doing.
You Can't Cope _ unfortunately gifted a tier 1 sub to Mr. _ Ploopyhead.
Backseater isn't the right word for the PC building critiques. That's not really the right word for it.
You Can't
it's
Cope
just that sort of word.
Unfortunately gifted
it's a word
tier
that
1
whenever
sub to
I'm streaming
Wombambo.
on Twitch, that word pops into my mind. It's, I don't know. You know what I mean?
You Can't Cope _ unfortunately gifted a tier 1 sub to Popey in Red.
I mean, seriously, I know this isn't a big deal. I don't actually get worked up
You
about
Can't
anything,
Cope
but we're just doing it for the show,
unfortunately
right?
gifted a tier 1 sub to No _
Imagine you
Wickhart.
see, you're scrolling through YouTube community posts, and you see someone posting check out my new PC with a picture of the PC, which is built, and that's it. So imagine going onto that post of someone celebrating the new PC and posting it, and everyone's positive, loads of positive comments. You go into that post, you click on it, you click on the dialogue box, the text box, and you start typing, no, that part's shit, you should have gotten this part. What does that contribute? What does that add to anything? What does that do? Why? But if you see a post of someone asking, hey, I'm going to be building a new PC soon, got any tips and recommendations? Go in there and go all out, by all means. But when it's done, it's after the fact. Yeah, that's my point. Yes, Reshiram, that's exactly one of the funny things about Tacoman, aka You Can't Cope's gifted subs. And he has gifted so many subs lately, or the past, throughout mainly these single player DoD fanflux streams, I must say. And it's so generous, thank you. And of course the text to speech just makes your subs the best to listen to, because it sounds like they are unfortunate. Tech snobs are annoying. Not in general. I'm people who are knowledgeable about tech are absolutely fine. And I got advice from people knowledgeable about tech before building the PC. And I was very thankful for that and appreciative. But it's only when they go and just make those posts, like the after the fact comments, that's people that are knowledgeable about tech or any subject. It's fine, good. But just posting something after the fact to show how smart you are is just the problem. And it's a behaviour that many people can have. Maybe I've even done it before, I don't know. But like I said, it really doesn't matter. I don't actually care. It's just funny to talk about that in the context of building this PC. So that's the PC updates. I was going to say something about Tacoman triggering the next thing I want to mention, which is we've got, as you can clearly see, we've got a sub goal. I want to get the sub count back up to 200, and I want to play a Spore campaign live on stream. So what better way to merge both of those things together than to make a sub goal? I remember making loads of sub goals in the past over the years, but I had to do them sort of manually with a little bit of text, because Twitch never used to have an automated, properly built-in system for, you know, sub goals, but now they do, and I'm very happy about that, and I'm glad that we can have one. 200 subs, I'll start playing a Spore campaign live on Twitch. Single player. I mean, it only is single player. Because that's been a suggestion that I've seen a couple of people mention before, and I really have nostalgia for Spore. I played loads of it back in the day, it was great, and if I can get it working and compatible with everything, then I'd love to do a campaign of it. And the idea behind it will be to make a creature that looks like my profile pic, so a sort of cone-shaped yellow blob with a mouth, a face directly on it, if we can possibly do that. If we could maybe allow for some arms and legs on it too. You know that dancing triangle gif meme? Something that sort of resembles that, basically, but like my profile pic. So we also got the channel points. The next thing to just quickly point out as we start the stream here is that the blurb audio bit commands are back. So no, it's blurb, not blurb. Blurb. I don't know if you can see a pop-up or if you can see a tab or something on your end saying the blurb command. Can anyone see it? I don't know how it looks for the viewer, but those things are back, and with that you can play a sound effect on the stream for 15 bits. Spore, you just tricked yourself into playing Stellaris. I don't want to really play Stellaris. Spore, that's what I want to play. So if you would like to play a sound effect, then go ahead. This was something I had a couple of years ago. Ghost, one of the frequent viewers of the stream and supporters, frequently used to use those. It was mainly Ghost's thing. He was like the only person to use them. But I've brought them back after some request. I think they would be particularly effective in Lethal Company streams to play jump scare noises. Because every time I played Lethal Company, I would put on my... I would use the donations and have a donation alert be a jump scare noise. But we basically we went through those issues where the donations weren't working at the time. So it was very rare that they actually happened. With the improvement of voice AI, we could have Big Weevil announcing gifted subs very soon. Well, as... what's his name? As that guy in Jurassic Park said, you spent so much time thinking about what you could do that you didn't stop to think if you should do it. That's all I have to say to that. So, customary long intro going through all the announcements and updates. But we are going to be playing Spain DoD Fanfork. This is my third session of this particular campaign soon. This is the map of the Americas behind us. Usamurita here is the Cowboy King Arcadian nation that broke away from Plantagenet, and then I decided to puppet it because I like the idea of getting the Louisiana territory, which is more vanilla world Spain LARP rather than DoD world, where Spain never really was here. You know what's going on with Nurse Reno? He said he was sending his last message in the Spud card. What? No, I don't know. I guess because of the time zones. Often when he does his daily dose thing, I never see it. What's up with Reno? I haven't played in a Reno campaign for a while. He's currently... I think his campaign just ended, so I haven't really been talking to Reno for a bit. What I have seen of Reno lately has just been his meltdowns in Big Weevil videos. Which is not a great way to have be the only information I have on Reno lately, but it's only the last daily dose he's doing. Okay. Well, Taco Man, who is a mod, has taken that to mean it's his last ever message. So, Nurse Reno comes into my Discord now again and pings me and the mods, and we allow it. It's the one case of mod spam pings that we allow. Just the Reno daily dose. It hasn't been daily though. It's not every day. Anyway, so Bavaria Part 17 came out on Saturday. That was great. Very, very good viewership on that. It's like the longer my Bavaria videos are, the higher there's a correlation between the length of the video and the viewership it gets, and the correlation is longer video. But in terms of YouTube, that is not the most efficient thing to do. If I was playing the YouTube meta, I would be making solidly 20-minute videos and having them weekly. Which is sort of what I used to do with earlier series like the Muscovy series. But anyway, that video went down well, and I had my first ever sponsorship in that video as well, with Gilded Destiny. Very interesting times we live in, eh? Spudgun getting a sponsorship, but I think I want to reserve talking about that until a discussion stream, which I will probably do tomorrow. I'm going to grab the pie chucker and we're going to chat about Gilded Destiny, the other games upcoming and stuff. We'll do more details on that tomorrow. If you haven't watched Bavaria Part 17, then go on my YouTube channel and it's there. Have you played a New Sun Will Rise mod? I've never played it, but I know about it. I don't know how playable the single player is right now of it. A Venice supercut would be cool, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I've always had the idea of making supercuts of a series, but... ugh, I don't know. I don't know. What would I do with the intros and outros? I like the idea of a supercut without intros and outros inside the supercut, so you can just smoothly transition from episode to episode without really knowing that you're changing episode. And I also like the idea of doing it without analysis sections and intros. The intros and outros always make it really a video, like an intro, outro, but if you would do a supercut, like they would really make it feel like you might as well just view the playlist of the series, right? Why not just click the playlist and let it autoplay through the whole series, you know? What's the difference? The difference is a lot of work for me and rendering a fucking 8-hour video. Like, I know I've got a new PC with an epic CPU that can render very quickly, but damn, making me render that. Oh, another thing about Bavaria Part 17 though was that my rendering time was cut down so much. Oh my god. It only took me half an hour to render that 52-minute video. And you might not know, I mean you won't know what it normally is, but if I were to render a 52-minute video on my old PC, that would have taken about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Maybe. About an hour and a half. So that is massive. That's massive. And it allowed me to actually cancel the rendering at some point and go back and fix some mistakes that I noticed and then render it again. And yet, I did like 3 different renders of Bavaria Part 17 to fix some mistakes. And there was still a fucking mistake in the intro where I did that list of things in the intro. So I kind of put that in last minute to just show it was in the intro to help people navigate the sponsorship if they wanted to, and to announce that a sponsorship would be in it. In the first 30 seconds, I guess. So I still fucked that up though. And that's the only thing. That's so annoying. That'll be there forever now, because I'm not going to re-upload it just to fix a number. Only one comment brought it up, but now that I've mentioned it, now that I've said it, all of you know about it now. I shouldn't have even said it, because no one else noticed. Alright, so I'm going to continue the intro, obviously, and just slide into the game slowly so that we can keep building up the viewer count. So it's been ages since I played. Editing Bavaria Part 17 took a lot of time, a lot of intensive work, and I really didn't have much time to stream when I was making that one. Hopefully I can pace myself out better with the next part. It's like, you know, I want to try and find the balance between editing and streaming, and make sure I can get videos out at a reasonable pace while finding time to stream, you know. I think my old format used to be that I would edit throughout the week, Monday to Friday, and then I would focus my streams around the weekend because it was Victoria 2 multiplayer sessions. And I didn't do that much, you know, variety streams in the midweek. I would focus on editing. Hello. The Spain's football team would be great. Yes, this Spain would have a good football team, although it really is just a normal Spain and Portugal. Actually, it would just be the same as like 1836 borders. I mean, what do Venezuela, Colombia, and the Guyanas really, and Central America, what do they really bring to the table? Are you a bot? Are you a crazy bot? I'm looking at this. Hey, mods, get the banhammer ready. What do you want to ask, bot? Do you have some viewer bots to offer me or something? Is that what it is? Come on, what is it? I'm letting this bot cook. But I'm not a bot, okay. But are you offering me some kind of sponsorship or something? Are you here on behalf of Raid Shadow Legends? What is it?
Good grief.
Greetings on this fine evening, gentes.
Hey Doomlord, thanks for the bits. You've got something else to use your bits on, Doomlord, just to let you know. You remember that ad sponsor who joined the Discord and I told her to talk to D's and she did? That was something that happened a long time ago, yeah. If you have a screenshot or an image to commemorate that, you should post it again. I remember. LARP commands, Doomlord. Yeah, Spore from Maxis, that's the sub goal. There it is. There it fucking is. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I'm not interested in animations for my stream. No, I'm not, for the record. I knew something was up. Should have channel point predicted Sophia. Oh, I don't think we had enough time. That was very quick. That's okay, Sophia. Following since 2 minutes ago. Only because you have to follow to write a message in the chat, I think. Hope you have a good stream ahead. Well, thanks. I hope you have more success in the next stream that you go and ask for animations at. I mean, now I've done a sponsorship now, right? So it's whenever I talk about sponsorships in that general sense, it's important for me to differentiate, right? The Gilded Destiny sponsorship was great. It went down well. It was appropriate for my channel and all that. But at the same time, there's all sorts of offers you get, and there's a lot of slop out there, right? So I've gotten dozens and dozens of emails over the years for sponsorships. I barely even read them, let alone reply to them. And a lot of them are things, I mean, some of the offers I've gotten are things like, thanks Doomlord for the gifted sub, or thanks for 2 gifted subs.
D00ML0RD, the
Some
one
of the
gifted a
offers
tier
are
1
for
sub to
art-related
control
things
underscore
and
retirement.
animations. So it's someone coming along and asking, hey, do you want me to do some animations or custom thumbnails or something?
D00ML0RD, the one gifted a tier 1 sub to Pog City.
I remember one message in particular from someone coming in to offer me custom thumbnails. And it was just a generic copy-pasted email probably. And it was something along the lines of, hey, I've checked out your channel. I really like your videos. But I think you could do with better thumbnails. So I'll offer you my services. I'll do a free thumbnail for free just to show you an example of my work. And I thought, you know what? Fuck you. I'm really pleased with my thumbnails. There's nothing wrong with them. I very much love doing them. I find them really creative and interesting. I don't want someone else to do my thumbnails. Fuck off. But it wasn't... I know it was a generic message. The person clearly didn't go into my streams or didn't go onto my channel and actually look at them. It's just sending out emails. The only page that these places go to is the page, my about page, to get my fucking business email. That's it. If they see a thumbnail along the way, then it's by accident, because that's not what they're interested in. It's dead internet, yeah, exactly, yeah. The Gilded Destiny sponsorship is a fighting back moment against the dead internet. It's fighting back against the dozens and dozens of copy-pasted generic emails I get. All of them start off with something like, hey, I've watched your content. I find it really interesting and great. Would you be interested in blah, blah, blah? And then it's something with nothing to do with it. Like, they don't watch it. They don't actually do that. No, they don't. Yeah. It's just... This reminds me of a similar thing on the VTubing side of Twitch. Well, I'm glad you're interested in the VTubing side of Twitch, Train Voya. Hope you enjoy them. So to me, I mean, the Gilded Destiny sponsorship didn't come about the normal way. They didn't just randomly offer me. It wasn't like that. You know, it came about from me actually covering their game first on my streams and stuff. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow on the discussion stream. Or maybe I should do the discussion stream on Thursday. Tell you what, okay, right, the discussion stream will be on Thursday because I need another day to prepare it and get the notes and research stuff. Tomorrow's a bit too soon. I might do an evening stream tomorrow. I might even just continue this campaign straight away. Anyway. It's been 26 minutes. Should we move towards starting the stream? I mean the game? Maybe. But first, I just want to say, Devil's Advocate. Well, that's exactly what I want to talk about, Taco Man. But I do want to keep it for the discussion stream where the topic is centered around that. Because that's a topic I'd love to just talk openly about and get into. And obviously, you're very right to raise that question because I've said that so much about other people and about Victoria 3 in particular. So please ask me that. But I do want to get right into the game now.
Good grief.
Spores a 2008 Life Simulation
Hello,
Reality
Tagi, by
me
the way.
Strategy God Game developed by Maxis and published by Electronic Arts for Microsoft Windows and Mac OS X.
Thank you for telling us that, Doomlord. I know, personally, I know that, and that's why I want to play the game. 2008 though, eh? We're playing a game even older than Victoria 2. So yeah. I talk about a wide variety of random topics on these single player streams, but for the set topics that I want to talk about on the discussion streams on YouTube, I'll save it for then. So those topics are always about like the upcoming grand strategy games, Gilded Destiny, Espiocracy, Age of History 3, the fucking Roblox thing, I don't know, and all those things. Even Victoria 3. if we want to talk about that. So, Civ stream when? I've done Civ streams before. We did some multiplayer. It was alright. So, yeah, before I unpause, remember to subscribe. We've got a new 200 sub goal. We're on 113 right now. And we're going to be playing Spore if we hit that goal. And the blurp not voice commands, but the blurp sound effects are back. Does anyone want to test the blurp to make sure they're working? You can play a sound effect in the stream for the low price of 15 bits. And also, there'll be a discussion stream on Thursday. What else do I have to announce just before we play? I don't know, that's about it really. Just subscribe and also use the donation link. So we've got subscriptions and you've got bits, but the donation link is the best way to support the channel. It's the most value for money support, right? Less of it goes to other things. Okay. I guess I have to recap the situation of this campaign, don't I? So we played as Spain. My goal was reconquer the Americas, integrate them. We're going down that path.
That's a fucking gamer right there, dude. That's a gamer.
I thought someone had joined my VC for a second. Well, there you go. That's your blurp commands. Thank you. Interesting. So, we came into the Americas. We beat down Gran Colombia in that scripted war. We had a bit of a glitch with Quito, but we beat them down after. Amazonia has been balkanized. Lotharingia took over Bjornia. Is Camo in England score some goals on blurp? That would be good. Someone play if it is. Antarctica has broken out, been one of the breakaway nations of Amazonia. Atlantia is my sphere, actually, so very good ally. The Incas, we fought a war against the Incas last session and destroyed them, but we didn't really get much out of it. It was disappointing. Scandinavia got Chile. Kulta is a Burgundian sphere that is like the last remnant of the Incas, and Lotharingia got Bjornia. We got like 3 regions that went into our puppet, Quito, our viceroyalty, which isn't actually a viceroyalty, it's still called Quito. If we do want to make it a viceroyalty, we probably have to edit
There is
it.
no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
Alright, cool. I will say, this blurp thing is back for now. It's a gimmick, but, I mean, going forward, it might come to the point where I turn it off or set it to limited sound effects and not random fucking movie quotes that I don't really care about. I can put some Vic 2 sound effects in it, for example, maybe. But I've just set it. I put it on the default settings as it is, just to make sure it's working again. And I put the volume down as well. It's still quite loud, even after I put the volume down to like 40%. So it's 1854. We also have things to do in the east. Our clergymen and literacy increase is going okay. We're researching a mill tech. It's actually our first research of a mill tech. The mod maker commented on the last VOD, as he often does, very kind, to come in and talk about the mod and to give comments. And he also takes a lot of the feedback and the bugs that I find to fix DoD fanfork. That's the only England one I found. What do you mean England? What did that one have to do with England? Unless he just played a new one that hasn't come through yet. So there was an event here where we got Masharata as a puppet. So the mod maker told me that there's now, or there should be, or there is already a special casus belli against Indians, or I can sphere them and annex them from sphering them. Other European countries are going in on them, actually. They're going in. There's shit happening in Europe. Finnish independence and the deluge is happening. What did you find, Doomlord? Oh, there is no Queen of England. Oh, it was that, yeah. So the other European countries are moving into India. Burgundy's taking Bengal, which I don't know if they'll be able to do that against 128 brigades and 5 militech. Yeah, go ahead. Play all the wide and wonderful variations of blurps that you can possibly find. Knock yourselves out for this stream. But, at a certain point, maybe I'll turn it off for the next one. You found the Come On England one. Hey, hot local singles. Hot Local Singles reminds me of that person that came in to offer their animation services earlier. It just has that vibe, you know. Hot Local Animation Services near you. Are you interested? I just don't know how this works. Relinquish your bits and it'll work. That's all you need to do. 15 bits a pop. Get your Hot Local Singles now for 15 bits a pop. Yeah, that's the dead internet these days for you. So, as always with these streams, we'll take it slowly. Play on speed 2 for now. Thank you, Polfox, for the 24 months, aka 2 years. Thank you. I cannot offer that, but I work in IT. I could always help with troubleshooting.
Good grief.
Asterisco, asterisco, asterisco.
Thank you, Doomlord, for the normal 15-bit donation. It seems like, unfortunately, you couldn't get it working. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it looks like on the viewer end. Ask Reshiram. Ask him. He got it working. Like, it's got some kind of interface or something. I don't know. If he can figure it out, that means it's working, so, you know. No one living in Spanish Arcadia? What do you mean? Pop density. Oh god, yeah. I guess compared to Bombay, having Bombay has completely skewed my pop density map mode, because that is now the most dense place, and by far, nothing comes close to it. You press the button below the preview. It's got its own interface somewhere. Yes, Wacko, that's him. We've been building him up for ages on this stream. We've been looking forward to his appearance. For some reason, I'm fortifying Central America. I've been getting a lot of rebels there lately. That's the main source of rebels for some reason. Right, our first Miltech is done. Let's upgrade the ports. Wait, I'm demanding annexation against Bengal? Why would I? Oh shit, I'm not ready for that war. Should I act at once? Should I try and fight Bengal? And there are 128 brigades. No way. I don't think, I just genuinely don't think I can fight that. Clearly. You got this? No. I don't even think baiting it. No, seriously. It's a challenge. No. Listen, chat. Like, you're not thinking straight. Their Miltech is 5. I've only got one more than that. That is not enough to offset the numbers. We're basically fighting on even terms. Stop it. You're not making me do this war.
Good grief.
I'm not able to take
Bengal
that.
must fall.
Thanks for the 100 bits. Even your bits are not going to make me do it. I only have 2 stacks ready to fight here. I have 19 brigades versus 128. And it's even Miltech. Seriously, chat. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not caving into the warhawks in the chat. We might come back for Bengal in a situation where we can take them later, but you know what you all need to do? You all need to get real. Get real. Right now. It's over. We're not doing it. Oh shit. I need to update that bot command. It still says I don't take any sponsorships. Oh shit. Oh god, that's awkward. I've taken 1. I'm changing that. Oh god, I'll do it now. Oh god. Obviously, it's just referring to my streams. I haven't taken any stream sponsorships.
Hot Local Singles gifted a tier 1 sub to Wask24.
Thank you so much, Hot Local Singles, for gifting a sub. Oh, what's this though? What's this? Oh! Yeah, oh. Okay, oh. Alright. Hey Chad Todd, it's going well. Yeah. Welcome everyone. Alright. Alright, I've turned off that jack command. I've got to be accurate here. What? What are you all saying in the chat? 3 miles away exactly, bro? What are you on about? Anyway, we just inherited a bit more of India. So there's things going on in India. There's plans that I cannot share with you right now. Apparently you can just sort of inherit countries in your sphere. Similar to the scramble for Africa. Scramble for India or something. We just got a bit more land. And I need to make some soldiers. But you know, like I say, you know, I'm building up. In the long run, we might be able to go in and maybe take something. I don't know, Burgundy's actually fighting them. They managed to win a battle there, but that's just one battle. Look, if I take ships and scout out what's really going on here, the creation of... Oh, what's this? That was a formable or a releasable that just came into existence underneath. Got to build up as many of the troops as I can in the east. Yeah, look, look. Now you can see what's really going on in Bengal. Joe Monaghan cucked out of India? How? I missed it. Maybe... Well, yeah, Travancore's winning that. Travancore's beating the Joe Monarchy. The Joe Monarchy was just going in to try and take them. I wonder if I can inherit Maharashtra as well. On the one hand, it'd be nice to have a puppet. On the other hand, direct rulership is nice. I don't know. So, I'm building up, hopefully to do, I want to do a spore campaign, but right now I'm playing a raft campaign, a raft playthrough.
Good grief.
With Pie Chucker.
Invade Bengal for hot local singles.
Thank you, Taggy, for the 95 bits. Direct rule from Madrid. So, if you're a VOD viewer particularly, check out the comfy raft VODs. Been just a really fun playthrough, a different change of pace, very comfy, enjoyable. So check that out. And if you're watching live or you're considering watching live, we'll play that again soon, so tune in for that. It's been really good. The DM's got boats, they're not really cut out of anything. Yeah, well, they won't really get that if they can't land on it. You want me to go for the hot Bengali singles near you? Oh. It's time to build up the force limit. Almost. I like how widespread this empire is, you know. America, ports in Africa, India, Burma, you know, the eastern islands around here. I like that. Really, really like the overseas empire we have. It's good LARP. It's good LARP. You know. And hopefully I'll expand it. But in order to really justify having this empire and maintain it, I do need to get a lot of naval tech, which I'm doing right now, and upgrade my ports. Maybe I will go for sphering... The dual monarchy is trying to go in and take so much of India. But they're not able to, they're just not sending enough troops. Try sphering Nagpur. Here's one of the annoying things about the AI, right? If Bengal just quite simply took all their units and attacked the Burgundian stack, they would be able to destroy it. But over a certain number of troops, the AI just doesn't like attacking. Infamy, we can just, you know, we could not care about infamy. I've always done a precedent of just not caring about infamy in these single player runs. and maybe we could take the Ajuran salt in it. So what are the sort of overriding goals of the campaign, just to remind you what we're actually aiming for here? We're not just playing for no reason. I want to get some of these integrations, integrate New Granada. That gives me Granadan as an accepted pop. Those are in North South America, you know, the Venezuela area. So we're going to need late classical theory, which is an economic tech we can easily grab. Then it says New Granada for all core provinces must be owned by Spain. Sulfur and Cáceres. Is that in here somewhere? Wow, we just got a new sulfur province. Can you believe it? Let's expand appropriately and build a gunpowder factory there. I said this in session 1 when we started playing, that Spain in this mod has excellent industrialization. Great resources, and you even start with a nice sizable industry. It's really good. I'm very pleased with it, and it's a nice change from all the bullshit countries that have suffered in that regard that we've played before. So, yeah, now, New Granada. We need to own all the cores of New Granada. So, what are we missing? There's ways of finding out what those cores are. Like, I could release one province of New Granada and then hit the diplomat mode. But I do also want to find out sort of organically, if you know what I mean. What are we missing for that? Because we don't currently have the cores. Maybe it is the inland region. Unlikely that it would be that. What do you think it is, chat? What am I missing of New Granada, which is the viceroyalty of this region that I don't own? Or wait, let me read it properly, right? No, yeah, it's New Granada. I must either own it, or it's in my sphere, or it's a puppet, or it's a core of Quito. So if it's a core of Quito, it would nullify it, and Quito does not have any cores on it. Mexico, maybe? No. No, that's... The Mexican regions are a different part. They are all about their own viceroyalty up here. Some islands. I was looking at that. New Granada. Curacao. Sweaty Andre, the famous Polish island, which has 55k pops this time. It's not that. Any spheres I could grab out here? I don't know why I would sphere these things rather than just annex them. I also like the idea of doing a Reno sphere playthrough rather than map painting. I mean, what's the point of map painting in these single player runs anyway, you know? Take your time, just paint the map. Well, paint the sphere map. That's what I'm all about. Just chill. No need to play it, you know, optimally. Bone. Where is this? Where could it be? Right. What's the... If anyone has the tag of New Granada, I can do a cheeky move to find what cores they might have. We're making a lot of money. Castilla and La Nueva. You can have our stables. Well, yeah, you can assume the tag of the country based on the name, but I can do that too. I want the facts. Yeah, probably. Let's start testing out the basic ones that it's probably. So let's do it here. Guatalias. So gra. Yeah, that's it. So we've got New Granada here to test. And what... Oh, it is! Ah! It's a couple of bits of the interior. That's all it is. They have the island of Trinidad, but we already own that. So that's interesting. That's good. And it's gone again. Okay, so these just 2 provinces, 3 provinces here. And I guess I just need to... is there a decision for me to colonize that? A protectorate of Morocco? Yes, please. I just need Nat and Imp for that. The Brunei Protectorate? Yes, please. Establish it over Sulu? Yes, I want to inherit all those. Oh yes, I'll take them. Right. So, I just need life rating, I suppose. What gives me life rating these days? Muzzle-loaded rifles is something, you know, I need to get the rifle tax. Where would they all be? Colonization of North India. Colonization of South India. Maybe those are the inventions you can get to get access to, like, special casus bellis on the Indians that the mod maker was talking about. Anyway. Someone oos there? Is someone oos? Oh god, look at Scandinavia. And Aragon got a bit of Bengal, and so did Burgundy. How did they pull it off? Oh well, fuck it. But for me, the annoying thing about the Bengal War would have been, unlike Aragon and Burgundy going in, they would have been able to just pour through into my land in Burma, you know? The rest of Bengal is now a satellite of fucking Aragon. If I can sphere it, yes, I can sphere it. I'm going to try sphering it out of them. Alright, time to upgrade the naval ports. Lisbon starts as a level 2 port. Wow, that just shows that the Portuguese are a great seafaring people. And they're also great farmers, I heard. Ah, fuck it, you know, let's do the American ports as well, while we're at it. While we're in the mood. Cartagena de las Indias is also a level 2 by default. Those are the great ports of Spain. Oh, and don't forget Cuba, which, by the way, we have Cordon accepted. The Carabino people are accepted, and I've cored Cuba. That was an integration decision. And by the way, do you know what I'm kind of leaning towards doing as my next playthrough? Palu. Not Palu as my next playthrough, but for sphering. There they are. I think I'd like to play as the Colombian Alliance, aka Gran Colombia. I want to try and do a playthrough where we unite all of Latin America together, and there's paths for doing it, and there's interesting playthroughs. And you can get something with that guy Castro, who we interacted with in the event chains earlier. You can unite Latin America under him or something like that. So that would be a very good playthrough. It would also follow on from the Spain playthrough very well. So I think I'm going to do that next. as just a sort of continuation of the Spain playthrough. Although, if we do get the Spore sub goal, I might play Spore instead of Vic 2 for a bit. Just get the Spore playthrough done separately, without confusing things by doing multiple things at once. Just do the Spore playthrough, and then come back to the next campaign. What is that Midwest puppet? That is Usamarita, the cowboy king nation that broke away during the Plantagenetan civil wars, and I decided to go in and puppet it because it's the Louisiana territory in real life. And I think it looks good on the map. The colour is really good and it blends in well with the Spanish Viceroyalty colours. I'm a fan of what we did there, although we could sort of fix the borders. Wait, there was a region here that it didn't colonise, but it has it now. It did colonise something. People remember that, don't they? You've been playing MHM lately. Oh yes, MHM, Modern History mod. That's a mod that I have come across and I know about. I haven't played it. It's a branch off of the CWE mod. I mentioned it at the beginning of my video of CWE, the Samson option video, as an alternative option for people looking for a Cold War modern day-ish mod in Vic 2. Like, I know some of the overall things about these mods, but I've never really played them and learned them properly and gotten into the nitty-gritty. I know about CWE and what it's all about. I also happen to know that the main CWE developer of the main branch of it basically moved to Victoria 3 and abandoned Vic 2. But it's not entirely abandoned. It still gets some updates, but the guy's focusing on a Victoria 3 mod of the same name. But the weirdest thing about that is, let's try spearing this bit of Hyderabad as well. So there's also this mod for Victoria 3 called the Cold War Project. Like, it's massive. The Cold War Project is huge. And that's different from the CWE Victoria 3, even though they're the same subject matter. And that Cold War Project completely outshines the CWE. I don't know if it's better or worse. I'm just saying it's got the publicity. It's bigger than CWE. So my basic point is that it's just a kind of irony, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but it is a bit of an irony that the CWE developer for Victoria 2 moved to Victoria 3, only to be outshined by another Cold War project that will always be more well known than that. What does anyone make of that then? And also, the Modern History mod is a branch off of CWE, so the maker of MHM, his main argument seems to be that CWE had too much of a communist bias. And I've seen him talk about it. I don't know the details. I don't know if it does or doesn't. I can't really comment. I just sort of covered the fact that that is why that mod exists. I don't know which mod's better than the other one, because I've simply never played them. I've only done CWE multiplayer, as you know, and that's with multiplayer edits. I just don't know that much about the mod itself. You know, that's all I can really say. Alright, Palu. Let's Sphere Ternate as well. How about that? However, on the topic of the CW and MHM, I would love to do some playthroughs. I'd love to play them in single player. Really try and learn them. Is it possible to buy Florida from Venetia? I don't think it is. So MHM just has a capitalist bias then. Well, that's it, isn't it, you know? You're either biased one way or another. Oh, 4% clergy. I would never really get into that argument about, oh, CW is too communist biased, oh, MHM is too biased that way. I wouldn't really bother getting into that. I don't really care. if CWE does have a bias, as the maker of that mod argues, it's probably really subtle, and it was more about just, I don't know, the fact that the USSR can survive and thrive and do really well, when in reality it did become economically stagnant, have loads of internal problems and be inefficient and then collapse. I think that was the main argument. But that's really just because it's Victoria 2. In Victoria 2, these things don't really come into effect. It's always just the line going up. There's no such thing as internal sort of inefficiencies in your economy and weird little things, and there's no great difference between the different things, state capitalism, central planning. So it's not, I don't know, you can hardly blame a mod for doing that and being communist biased. Victoria 2 itself is communist biased, in just in the way the government types work, and I've never cared. It's just the Victoria 2. Yeah, so MHM has a starting option that railroads the CCP to collapse in the early 90s, otherwise it still lives on. And even, I mean, I guess even then it's just an option. It's not even the default, I guess. We are just completely rolling in money in this campaign now. We're in 1.2 million. We're going to get Money Hoarder in a few years. I can spend on all sorts of forts. Yeah, that's true, Swakul, as well. That's absolutely true as well. Just from how the game works. Just from the mechanics and how it happens to turn out. Because you can get all the social reforms and have a fully planned economy, right? Right. Indigenous garrisoning is 1885, and that's in the next tech. Which ones do we want to get more? Where do we get the colonial life rating? Where do you get life rating in this mod? Where do you get the rest of the life rating? It's different in every mod. Actually, it tells you. It tells you, right? The white man's burden in ideological thought. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. And that is 1860. Okay. There's a higher chance of it happening if you have market regulations on that and imp, but that won't help. Yeah, Super's Dar, exactly. So, what are we researching next? Let's do late classical theory now, which is the one that we need to colonize that. No, it's not the one we need to colonize, it's the one that we need to get the Grenadans accepted and stuff and code. Anyway, the bottom line is, yeah, I'd love to try out a CWE single player or an MHM single player campaign. But it will be really tough. It will be a slog of getting through all the events and managing that shit. That's what kind of puts me off. It was already enough of a slog in those multiplayer sessions, and those were specifically stripped down versions of the mod. Pierre removed loads of decisions from those, and they were still a fucking mess. They were still a nightmare of loads of decisions and things to click. It was ridiculous. Hey Doomlord, can you get those damn LARP commands working? How many pops are these people? The Grenadan pops, which are the ones in South America, they barely even make up, well, 6%. 6% of my population. It's not bad, I guess. And since they are already states out here, actually they are colonies. Central America is states. Now, how do I integrate the Central Americans? San Salvador. So I need nationalism and imperialism and raider group doctrine, and then I can get the Salvadorians as accepted. So I can get nationalism and imperialism when that drops. I think it would be really important to get the Central Americans accepted, since those are already states. We can get the admin efficiency up. When we get the Grenadans accepted, we would be able to make states out of these bits, but we don't have the colonial power to do so anytime soon. So we'll need ironclads for that. That's too many fucking clergymen in Cartagena. At this point, I think I'm only going to go 2% clergy in the remaining states. We've got enough. 4% in most of our major populated states. There you go, Doomlord. That would have been really good on the Bionia streams. That would have been really good on the Bionia streams. What? We have iron and coal shortages. Guess why we have those? Because we don't have any iron and coal mining techs. You only need 2% overall, right? 4% makes your literacy go up a lot faster. I recommend 4% for low literacy countries like Spain. Come on, England is not in the list, so you have to add it. Oh well. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. You know, we had it as a sub-alert for a while and it was good for that purpose. When will you do that co-op stream in DoD? Oh god, look, I have so many other plans. It would be great to do that at some point. Maybe later. But right now the goal is to get a Spore campaign. If you subscribe or gift subs today, oh, Burgundy's going all out in India now. Everyone has a Casus Belli except me. It's fucking typical, isn't it? The mod maker comes in and tells me, you get a Casus Belli in India. And all the other countries do, and then for me it's just, you know, glitched out or something. I don't get it. Typical. But I'm happy with what we do have in India. I wonder what will happen to the Japanese port in the long run. Will there be some kind of event? Will it just be Japan trying to take that back from me? Or will there be some kind of option for me to go in there and do something? And maybe expand? Who knows? Let's see how fast the game runs on my new PC. Hey, look at that. That's fast for Victoria 2. Honestly, when I streamed Victoria 2 on my old PC, my CPU was at full usage most of the time. Just because of the streaming and all that. So, I mean, people joked about getting a new PC just to play Victoria 2, but my old PC was really chugging. It was really struggling along, and with this one, it does actually improve my performance of streaming Victoria 2 and recording it. So it turns out it was actually, it did actually fill that purpose. I think I'm going to start getting some spheres in on Africa, you know. In the long run, maybe I'd like to colonise that. Get the scramble for Africa stuff. Okay, Futa Yalon is not happening. Maybe we can move on to encouraging some craftsmen. We have such low soldier percentages, and getting more soldiers would be great for doing more expansion in wars, so I'll focus on soldier pots for now, and then move on to some craftsmen when we start getting 5% in some states. Right, and here's the plan. I am just going to save research points for nationalism and imperialism. Why? So I can get that faster. It's really important. It gives you loads of options. Nationalism and imperialism, it's a tech that's often mainly important for decisions and events to unlock, rather than what's in the actual thing itself most of the time. You get another national focus though, which is always very good. Technically, empiricism, which also unlocks in 1860, is better. Also, holy shit, chat, what happened to you? You died. You completely died on me, chat. Totally and utterly died. So now for this whole year, I shall save up research points. Do not remind me that I have to do a tech, because you'd be wrong. You can see down in the bottom end of my states here, we start to get to the Central American places. I don't think any of them are really up there in the States. So they're all right at the bottom. San Salvador is the most populous one. You know, there's no way to really beat around the bush here. These are low populated, bad RGO, undeveloped, low literacy, terrible places. I hate to say it. Sorry if any of you live here. Do any of you live in Central America? I'm sorry. It's just not great. It's just not great down here. Imagine being born, and you're born in Honduras. Imagine. You can't blame them for trying to get up north. At least, if your spawn point is Honduras, you don't have to cross the Darien Gap to get up north as well. It's a bit of an advantage. Venezuelans are seething that these people spawn here. That's the Alliance Trent, just what I needed. You know what I'm looking forward to, chat? Other than you actually chatting in my chat for once. I'm looking forward to my cup of tea. Oh, I can't wait for my little tea break. Go and get my cup of tea. Come back, enjoy that, and continue playing. Oh, that's the life. Your plane is about to take off. Have a good flight, helmet. Have a good flight. Yeah. So you've never drunk tea, even when you lived in the UK for 8 months. Well, I'm not going to hold that against you. That's fine. Romania formed. Romania formed. I don't know if Aragon will be able to form Romania, but Romania formed. Who remembers the Aragon campaign? Anyone? Right, we got Fang Hu in the sphere. Maybe there is some way or decision for me to annex them. Maybe. Annex Hawaii! Oh, mass politics is what we need for that. Oh. I'm going to be able to inherit a lot of stuff. I'm going to be able to annex and inherit a lot of stuff with nationalism and imperialism. There's loads of decisions to take. Including Morocco, I think. Just in case anyone doesn't know, there are very interesting later in the game decisions for us to form a map, get more cores. There is stuff to really aim towards in this campaign. There is some interesting stuff. I've been assured by the mod maker. So we can form some kind of confederation of Spain and the Americas. Hispanic Confederation or something like that. That's on the table. But I've also been promised that there are special further cores and special stuff after that. So there is a lot to look forward to in this one, a lot to build up for, and I'm into it. There's a lot to grind for, to grind through the campaign, get through these mid-game years. And there's nothing in the world right now that I'm really desirous of map painting into or expanding. I'm fine. I like to get some spheres, build up. Can you get immigrants in the late game? I don't know. If there's a way to actually move my capital to America somehow and end up like that, then yeah, but I don't know. It's almost nationalism and imperialism time. Is there any sort of channel point predictions we could be doing? I don't know. What's out there? I wonder. The Great Shun is winning out in China here. They might even be able to form it. I wonder if you're allowed to form China without owning the treaty ports. Because I've known some mods to do that, right? Because forcing a China to require the treaty ports in order to form is really harsh. Like, you can't expect them to actually win that and beat out a European and sit there on a status quo war for years. It's not even hard to win the war, or to occupy the treaty port, but it's just that the war will drag on, the AI doesn't peace out and all that shite. Will Scandi or Berg reach Delhi first? Okay. Or Aragon. Can we do a 3-option one? This one could last a long time though. You don't know how long they've got. It's unfair because you can see here that the Mughals have a truce with Aragon and Burgundy, so then Scandi will get it, pretty much. I don't think that one really works. No, maybe Sebasta. I'm not against going in and taking a bit of Aragon later. Oh, we got an event here. So these recent times have been very tough for the colonial administration in Cuba, having to decide how to proceed with the current economic turmoil. And we're getting violent uprisings. It seemed like the revolutionary movement would keep gaining strength, but recent reports state otherwise, talking about the lessened intensity of the attacks perpetrated by the rebels, even though the authorities have not gone through any change in tactics or leadership in the face of the conflict. Intelligence has revealed what seems to be an inner dispute among the leadership of the movement, the local Republican leaders and Castro. Some even accuse him of planning to make himself not only a dictator, but a monarch with absolute... But this is the guy who I want to play as when we play Gran Colombia after. This divide has severely hindered the capabilities of the rebels, and we have time to breathe and possibly plan a counterattack. This is us clearing up those old rebellious people there. Good stuff. Welcome back, Doom Lord. You didn't miss much. We're looking for a channel point prediction to do. Let's do general betting when I get to roll my next general. That one was really fun last time. Is there a lull in content? It's interesting. I mean, imagine if you're the maker of this mod, right? And you're trying to balance out countries so that they have a constant stream of content throughout. It would be so difficult. You have to add a lot for there to be constant content. There's got to be some periods in the game where there isn't an event going on. You know? I think when we played Poland, that had constant content. And when we played Aragon, that had constant content. But when we played Bjornia, there was a there was a big lull between, you know, the early events and then, like, the early events versus the Incas, and then the late events to get England, whenever that happened later in the game. There wasn't really much between then. Zorao became a sort of sandbox country after the early conflicts against the other Zorao nations ended and the Europeans. What else did we play as? The Americas? The Americas was pretty action-packed because you had constant American Arcadian wars and native stuff and cowboy kings. So that was good. I don't mind when there's a lull, by the way. I don't hold it against them or anything like that, by the way. You know, it's nice to have a period of peace and sandboxing and map painting. Tea drinking, you know. And just building up your comfy 30k stacks the whole time. You can see by the transports that I can build how divided over all continents we are as this country. We've got 8 ports in Africa, 8 ports in America, which is South America, 7 in Arcadia, which is North America, and 9 in Asia, and then 9 in Europe, and 1 in Oceania. So we've got the ability to make a general now. Let's do it. Let's unassign all, like that. Uncheck the box. With the amount of generals now, this is difficult to do them all, but we have to know what the new general is. So let's do a bet. The Doge, if you're still here, or any mod. Any mods? Tell me you're still here, the Doge. It's going to be the same as the last ones. So the bet is... Oh, he's here. Great. Will this general that I'm about to roll have a combined 3 or more stats of attack and defense? So, what I mean by that, if it's a 1-1 general, that's a fail. No. If it's a 1-2 general, yes. Combined equal to or greater than 3. A 3 attack is a win. A 3 defense is a win. A 1 attack 2 defense is a win. A 1 defense only is a loss. This is a combined 3 or more. Yes or no? Yes if it's 3 or more. No if it's not. This was massive betting on the last stream. Basiliad, you just say no in the chat. Put your canned food where your mouth is. Bet your channel points if you have any. Bet your channel points on it. What do you think? What's going to happen? Will it be yes or will it be no? I'm actually really happy about how much better the performance is of the mod overall in the game with my new PC. Because my old one really was struggling when I look back at it. It really was. which is such a shame because it has it has good specs on paper, but it's just old, and I think it's hard to tell if it's the CPU or maybe the drives are old. You know, the C drive and the D hard drive. The odds of rolling a 4-4 general are 1 in 3, 1 in 3, 9. Where do you get the chances of rolling different generals from? So I think that's everyone voted now. So we need to get them all unassigned. I thought I already did that. I thought I got them all. I thought I got them all. Right, let's roll. What have we got? Is that who we rolled? That's the new guy, Artur Barreto, and he's a 2-1. That is a yes. And this is crazy because like the first 3 ones that we did in the last one were all no's. It's crazy. Yeah, super. Where do you get the stats and the numbers on what the chances are? Where do you get them? I'm curious to know. And it could be useful information for OpenVic as we recreate that particular aspect of the game. Oh, there's a Guzan war. That's against the South Africans. Oh, maybe an interesting playthrough down there someday. Right, these stacks that I've built down here are not successful 30k stacks. I need to consolidate the Burma stack plus that and make a couple of artillery pieces. You probably got asked this a million times of what's your opinion. Oh, I don't like to talk about that. I don't like to talk about that at all. Let me just check the age of your account. 2017, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Get asked it a lot, but not a million times. Not quite. That was wrong. That was a really bad vocal thing. That was combining the top of his head guy and Recitas. I didn't like that. That was just 2 different things. You know what I mean? Recitas is amazing, and the top of his head guy is amazing. And they both have unique laughs and unique build-ups to their laugh. So that one was kind of putting them together to try and play them off as one thing. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. I just rolled another general without thinking, and it was a 1. Did you... You gave out the results of the China point prediction, didn't you? Oh god, here we go. I made a spreadsheet yesterday with all the different personalities and backgrounds. In total, there are 73 personalities and 86 backgrounds for a total of 6,278 different general types. Wow. Of these combinations, there are precisely 2 that have 4 attack and 4 defense. You need Rising Star. Yeah, the stats are based on the personalities. So, are there multiple multiple personalities I'm talking about here? We all have a bit of multiple personalities. My question is, there are multiple personalities with the same stat, right? So, say 2 attack, and there's 2 different personalities that can give a general that stat. Is that correct? Or is it 1 personality equals 1 attack or defense set of stats, for example? Also, can I ask, are you documenting your results anywhere? Are you posting them on the Paradox forums or a Discord or something? Or you just sort of doing it to yourself, for yourself? Brilliant and Genius both give 2/2. You mean 2 attack and 2 defense? Both of them. Great Northern War? No thanks, I don't have a navy. Multiple personality disorder, potentially the most meta illness in Vic 2 universe. Oh shit, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, China happened. Wow, that happened. It actually formed, just like I was talking about. Okay, cool, super. I'm looking forward to the results of that. It sounds like a great, interesting, and just a really great documentation thing you're doing. Let me know when it's done, so I can show everyone and give you credit. Maybe post it on Twitter, post it on the Discord, only if you want me to. I mean, I don't have to. But I'd like, the more knowledge there is about Victoria 2 within the community and the more people that know it, I just see that as a general good thing overall. So whenever someone posts a guide or something, I post it in my Discord. Whenever there's new info, I like to share it. Yeah, China formed, despite the treaty ports, which is something I was wondering. They do not need the treaty ports in order to form, which is good. It doesn't make sense.
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋，但是《速度与激情9》比冰淇淋《速度与激情》《速度与激情9》我。
That was perfect. We just rolled a 3 defense. I am sorry. I should not be just rolling these. I keep forgetting to do another bet for them. So the only 4 attack, 4 defense options are Brilliant / Rising Star or Genius / Rising Star. You know, I'm still kind of confused about what you're saying about how this works overall. I'm kind of still confused about it. The Paternals just dropped, and that party has been changed in the recent update. The Paternals no longer allow you to construct new factories, I think, in the mod. I guess my playthroughs of the mod had made them realise how overpowered they are as a party. Yeah, that was an appropriate sound effect. All in all, 10 out of 10 for that one. Yeah. Correct usage. Oh my god, all my allies are falling. I'm just letting Bohemia die to the Great Northern War. Oh god. Oh fuck, the dual monarchy is going for demand concession on China. Oh fuck. Oh no, they're gonna start map painting into that shit. It's so over. What do we do about that? They're gonna blob and get so strong. Mongolian can it. I wonder if there's an event chain or something to form the Mongol Empire. Something crazy. Thing is Dzungar. The whole blurb search thing is pretty weird. Well, we just need our expert Ghost to come back and do it, because he was the guy who loved that. He brought it, you know, he did it all. He gave me so many jump scare noises and Zomboid and stuff. Oh yeah, I just realised, yeah. I was trying to build transports, however, steamer convoys, which we cannot build yet. What tech do we need for that? Is it an industrial one? Steamer shipyards is in interchangeable parts. We really need that. We also really need empiricism and functionalism, but I really need steamer convoys soon. Burgundy has puppeted Hyderabad. Oh, Aragon's at war with the Mughals, despite a truce that they had. So who knows, maybe the truce didn't actually matter. Burgundy is fucking falling apart to a civil war. Interesting times we live in. China is taking Tibet. Same old. You know, history repeats itself. They have a lot of cores. There are 2 things that affect stats: a general's personality and background. For example, your top general there has an expert raider background and an impetuous personality. Expert raider gives +1 attack and 0 defense, while impetuous gives +2 attack and -1 defense. Thus overall the general has +3 attack and -1 defense. Ah. So they both have a stat. Both the personality and the background have a stat, and they add together. I just rolled another fucking general without doing the thingy. But yeah, I see what you mean. Were you talking about Augusto Gago? No. So break down Augusto Gago for me, Super. He's got attack 2 and attack. He's got defense 2 and attack 2, and he is a corrupt genius. This is such a weird system, isn't it? It's Pablo Elcano, yeah. Sí. Claro. It's such a strange system that they give them a personality and a background in order to give stats. It's like they were trying to go for some kind of character development a la CK2 and 3. Just 2 at the time, or 1 at the time. You know, they were trying to do that paradox thing, even though it doesn't matter. No one cares about the personality or general. No one ever talks about it. No one ever considers it. Oh, this general's corrupt. Oh, that means he must have that sort of personality as a character. But so corrupt, genius gives +2 attack and +2 defense, and corrupt gives nothing. Right. Yeah. Okay. I see. So Japan is having a mega civil war to fight and form something. I am absolutely terrified. The dual monarchy is going to map paint China. What do we do about that? Do we have to take down the dual monarchy, or the dual monarchy is my fucking ally? You know what? Actually, go for it, lads. Map paint all you want in China. Now Romania and Hungary at war? Why was I allied to any of them? I'm allied to both of them. What the fuck? Oh my god, look at the amount of nationalism and imperialism shit we can do. Okay, I am going to save that as a cliffhanger for when I'm back from my cup of tea. Alright? It's time for my cup of tea break to grab my cup of tea. Next tech. It has to be empiricism, doesn't it? What are the events normally need for happen for the DM to explode? Well, it's different in this mod. This mod has its whole entire event chain on its own. But in normal DoD, and probably still modern HPM DoD, there's a balancing act you have to do between English points and French points. And you have to make it so that neither the English or the French get too rebellious. Basically. You're going to have it finished by the evening? Cool. Are you on Discord? Anyway, yeah. Great stream so far. Absolutely loving it. Great to talk to you all. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with a cup of tea. Looking forward to receiving more subscriptions so that we can get a spore game soon. Be back in a minute, or 2, or 3. Bye. Play some LARP sound effects to keep each other entertained while I'm gone. I'm back. There was only one fucking message in the chat while I was gone. Oh my god, you people are dead. Oh my god. No one played a black message, no one chatted. It's so over for this channel. The stream, it's done. Hello, Andin Fighter. You're here to recover this damn channel right now. Subscribe. Okay, we're back. Do some decisions, eh? Empire of the Indias. Now this... Stop doom rings. But listen, I'm just trying to encourage the activity here. I'm just trying to encourage the activity. And you just got here. You don't know the context. You don't know what's going on. So, this one's just a LARP event that gives you a prestige. It could be a prerequisite for more stuff after that.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Thank you for that. And that is a clip that I played in the trailer to the Bavaria series. There you go. Does anyone remember that? I'm thinking I'm back. Very good one, very good one. Right, let's click that. Does that give me access to anything new? No, not immediately. So we can do some organize events in Africa that just gives cores and stuff. Now we can do claim Zanzibar. Right, boom. A protectorate in Morocco triggers the fate of Fez. And fuck that. And the last decision, a protectorate over Sulu. Uma gran mancomunidade. Okay. Alright. This is the insane decision here. This is insane. Have political science and the Goya Canal exists. Revolution and counter-revolution. Oh my god, that's massive. A era dourada, as the Portuguese would say, which means the Gilded Age. The Gilded Era, you know. The Gilded Era. The Golden Era. In Portuguese. Right, Sulu. Am I allowed to post links in chat? I want to post a tiny preview of one of the spreadsheets I've made. It's just a Discord image. No, you can't post... Unfortunately, you can't post links in this Twitch chat. Doesn't really work. Either I allow everyone to post links or no one. There's no differentiation between subs and non-subs. And I'd rather err on the side of caution. Although, I might rescind that at some point. So we gained some stuff there. What did we gain? We're about to... Fez might fight back and fight a civil war over this. We gained Sulu, the northern tip of Borneo, which is just absolutely huge and massive and amazing. And then some other stuff. Spanish imperialism in Bulungan. We have a colonial claim on the Bulungan in all states. That is most likely an excuse. Old ruler passed away. No matter the reason. So... Oh my god, what's all this? The imperialism CB is available for you in one or more of the following country regions. Mozambique, Algiers, Yemen, one of them. It's going to be Indonesia then. That's Bulungan. Bulungan is Indonesia. It's one that I have a stake in. Okay, some shit has happened. Right, yeah, okay, god, okay, right. When Burgundy collapsed, the East India Company became independent. This happened in my Zorao playthrough as well. Where's my imperialism, Casus Belli? Where is it? Ah. It's only right here, basically. It's on the island of Borneo. It's just Borneo? That's it. It's Bulungan, which is this country, which is Borneo. I only get it on the fucking island. Sure. Wait, no. I have it... That Bulungan has cores in all of this. Confusing. I'm Confucian. So we're just going to use what it is and we will just deck on some countries there in the island and just take them. Why not? Where's my 2-2 general? Where's my corrupt genius? He's in Rangoon. We'll just take him and do that. Join Spudguard now. And you know what else you should do in Spudguard? Please boost Spudguard. No one boosted it right now. Look. We need boosts in Spudguard. Right, the Fate of Fez. If you have Nitro, Discord Nitro and all that, I know a lot of people hate Discord Nitro. I don't have it. I don't like it. But if you do have Discord Nitro, or you were considering getting it, we'd appreciate some boosts. It's important to maintain the custom invite link, discord.gg/spudgunofficial, one word. And we get to keep all the emotes. It's very important. And I guess the VCs get better audio quality. Right, the Sultanate of Fez can accurately be described as a husk bereft of will, only a tool upheld by local tribes and Spanish authorities, dictating the finances of the decaying state. Nothing lasts forever, nor should it, however. Time passes and things change, that is nature's way. The demented Sultan Ismail II has passed away in high age recently, and the only son who survived the various court intrigues of Fez is Yazid I. A simpleton whose hedonism angers even the few remaining loyalist forces of the Sultanate. The time is therefore ripe for the removal of Yazid I, though the method remains unclear. We could install Yazid I's infant cousin Muhammad III upon the throne under the guise of a protectorate over Morocco, but the alluring idea of a restoration of the Mauritanian province and opening up the country for settler colonialism, well, I know the option, yeah. Yeah. Do we get a war with Fez? Hello? What happens? If this is another broken event, I'm just going to fucking... But that's it. Yes, thank you. Just a wee bit of a moment there. Perfect. Good. No complaints. Let's go in. Oh my god. They got one of my soldiers. They got one of my soldiers that I built there. Oh, and we're also doing stuff in the east. We're also doing stuff in the east. Don't forget, don't forget. Go, go, go. Move in, move in. Take all this shite. Will I inherit Pontiac from the sphere? Maybe. Alright, okay. The Asturian trial. Oh, are we gonna... This is civil war shit. You have a decision to restore Mauritania. That's just a reorienting of the cores. It won't give me cores, I don't think, but it'll give me prestige, you know. A recent incident in Asturias has demonstrated the extent to which the fueros still influence our nation. Rafael Luis de Jovellanos, an Asturian and formerly the Spanish treasurer, was recently charged with embezzling the government, classified as treason in Spain, but successfully, lower event, yeah, let's go, but successfully filed a charge of venue from Lisbon to Oviedo. His reasoning was that he, a reactionary and former Alfonsista, would not receive a fair trial in the radical Lisbon. This proved disastrous. Jovellanos was easily able to find a man to use the Asturian fueros to sabotage the prosecution. His defense attorney, Juan Casona, employed a shocking legal chicanery to win the case. Is this a reference to Better Call Saul? After getting a considerable amount of evidence thrown out since it was not collected according to Asturian laws, Casona was able to have Jovellanos acquitted. The whole case has made a mockery of Spanish law and has infuriated liberals. Liberals, BTFO, who see the entire Spanish jiu-jitsu as infected with reaction. Damn reaction videos and reaction content creators. Wait, Juan Casora. Does that sort of sound like better? Call Sol Casora. Could that be? I think if they were going to do a reference, they would have made the name closer. Right. What's a Spanish name that sounds like Better Call Saul? Or... Wait, what? Holy shit, plus 10 culture cost? Oh. Oh, fuck off. No. No. That's fucked. My empiricism is going to take 1865. Oh. Oh, that... Come on. Out of nowhere as well. How could I have known that was coming? How could I have known? How could I ever predict such a thing? What a disaster. But at least I got an alliance with Albania. At least I got that. Kind of happy with that, so... You know, you win some, you lose some. Right, general channel point prediction. 3 combined stats or more. 3 combined stats or more. 2-1 is fine. 3 is fine. 1-1 is a fail. 1 is a fail. Attack and defense combined. Get betting. Get the channel point prediction out. Mods, create the prediction. Thank you. Get betting. Win big. Win now. Hello, Zenmo. The trial in Asturias has really annoyed the Portuguese liberal artists in Lisbon, so they now are just producing less culture. Saul Guzman. Yes, Guzman. Oh my god, that's the perfect fucking surname. Guzman. Yes. Saul Guzman. Come on, mod makers, add that. If you have any event chains in any part of the world and you're thinking of doing a little trial as one of the events, come on, do it. You've already put random references in some of these events. I've seen them. I've seen them. Come on. Right, is that the channel point in? Right, let's see. What is it going to be? Jose Coelho, that's a Portuguese. Wait, is it? I mean, that sounds like a Spanish first name and a Portuguese second name. Right, what have we got? We've got an impulsive sinner. So let's actually have it. Right, this is going to be the test of Superstar in the chat. Super is going to tell us the stats of this general from the personality in the background. And then we're going to verify. I'm putting him on the spot. Putting this person on the spot. Let's put your spreadsheet to the test. What have you got for us? No one else look it up if it's already out there. That's this person. No pressure, take your time. We're used to taking our time on these Vic2 single player streams anyway. You can take up to an hour. I'll just sit here like this and chat about nonsense for an hour. Absolutely no pressure. Calling the spreadsheet department. While we're waiting, subscribe today. Gift subs, support the channel, meet that sub goal, or donate with this link. I don't know, Zenmos. Would Monty Python do well if re-aired? Yeah, it would. You know, it would. I think people still like it. People would still like it. And you know something? I don't think there are any real sketch shows going on. This sketch show is a format that has sort of died down, isn't it? It's been like that sphere of comedy and stuff has been taken over by the internet, different forms of media, stand-up comedy. What are there even any sketch shows going on in Britain, at least at the moment? And there were some absolutely fantastic ones in the 90s and 2000s. But you don't get them. All the BBC seems to do now is chat shows and panels. The BBC's fucking terrible. And whatever's left of Doctor Who and random crime dramas and all these things in the BBC, fuck knows. But not sketch shows. The last good sketch show was Limmy's show. And I guess Limmy is a perfect example of the movement away from sketch shows, because he himself he did that and now he's streaming on Twitch. So that's a perfect example of the change away from that format into the new modern stuff, you know? Right, Superstar is saying that this general, Jose Coelho, should be a 0-0. Impulsive is -1/-1, and Sinner is 1-1. Okay, we're putting a spreadsheet to the test. An impulsive sinner, God knows what that means, this person would do. Oh, it's a 0-0, and that is a no to the channel point prediction, and it is a vindication of Superstar's spreadsheet. Victory. Congratulations if you voted 2 for no. This is a shit general who's just going to go to the bottom of the pile. Goodbye, Jose. Do any of you have over 100,000 channel points? AKA canned food. Ladoge? Ooh. 106k, nice. And how did you even get that many? Because if you're the one who's creating the predictions, you can't bet in them yourself. So how did you even get all that? What does VIP do at 100 million? A lot of great things. So the recent acquittal of former Treasurer Rafael de los Llanos de Alberto Sor Guzman due to loopholes in Asturian law has enraged much of western Spain. Liberals from Porto to Cadiz are apoplectic, infuriated that a few feudal laws, and they allege, corrupt connections were able to subvert Spanish justice. Many are demanding a retrial, but under the Asturian fueros, to try Jovellanos again for the same crime would be illegal. However, due to treason being a federal offence, the government could appeal the ruling and seek to bring the case to the Spanish Supreme Court. What is this, America? If Jovellanos is Trump, were to then be convicted, said conviction would then be used to declare the fueros themselves contrary to national law. This would have colossal ramifications, but could inspire massive resistance from places. Right. Well, I've always thought that, in this campaign, we're leaning towards the reactionary side of things. Our capital is in the centre, the reactionary heart of Spain. If we deny the retrial, the liberals, the coastal liberals will be pissed off. But if we do a retrial, this could have huge ramifications and really anger the Asturians. So, oh no, wait. Oh, so we have to do a retrial either way. But the first option lets us do a retrial, but we get to keep the Asturian institution, I think, the fueros. Like the fueros, aka I think the feudal laws. The Asturian fueros. Okay. So the second option is like the Liberals were like, okay, that's it. We're going to give a retrial and we're going to get rid of that corrupt federal system. So, yeah, this is a classic example here. Conservatism or reform. So, yeah, and we will do the conservative option in this case, because we're trying to go down a reactionary Kingdom of Spain LARP path. Spoilos can stay. Oh, there's the event. That's the colonies. Can we colonize here? No, fuck! No. Oh no, we need colonial power! Shit! Oh god, where can I get colonial power? Also, what do I need for Central Americans? San Salvador. Oh, Raider Group Doctrine. Oh, we are so far behind. And it's because of the fucking Fueros now in 1865. That is so fucking bad. We're not going to get anything for ages. We're not being able to get the Central Americans. We're not going to be able to get the Colombians. Not the Colombians, but the Grenadans. Oh, God. We're so far behind. How's the Hungarian war going, though? Looks like Hungary's winning. El Desastro. This is a good event chain, actually. This one by the Trials, the Asturians, the old feudal laws, the Liberals. I'm feeling it. Looking forward to seeing what's next. We might have to fight a civil war. I have absolutely no guarantee that I can avoid that. There might be a way to avoid it, or it might just be inevitable, but you just have to choose which side you are. And half my army is overseas. You know what? Just to be absolutely fucking sure, I'm going to deploy some troops back in Europe. Oh, I forgot to do the shit here. Right, I'm taking down Makahanaham. Imperialism, annex. Go for it, lads. I'll take these transports and take a stack home. The economy's great though. Got that going for us. That's a good question, Andin, for the spreadsheet thing. Where in the game are these personalities and shit stored? And is it moddable? And is it something that's already kind of known? Is it in a file? Or is it hard-coded? I think these things are clearly moddable. People mod different things about the generals. For example, in the multiplayer mods where the stats of a general can produce a different colour. So you can sort through your generals by colour. Or they can... Actually, the mods actually, not colour necessarily, but they changed the personality and background names to be the stats. So you can just instantly identify. I just rolled a 3-2 general who's now my best general, and I did not bet for him, but I'll keep him in mind. +6 stats don't exist in vanilla. Yeah, they're very moddable. So, since it's moddable, it's kind of surprising that it's not already something that's quite known, or that there isn't already a spreadsheet. Everything I'm saying is only HPM? Oh. So, you're only doing it for a mod? We just got a gold rush in San Francisco. But this San Francisco is a 5k seasonal jungle hill in the middle of Venezuela. Rather than the one we typically know. Oh no, the East India Company is here, and Burgundy. No, just the East India Company. Ah. Oh, it's so over. I'll have to attack the East Indies. Well, I'm not able to. I won't have cores. It's just... It's so over. I definitely did skill issue and forget to do that for a long time. Definitely. There's a province named Tata in Morocco, which in both Polish and Kazakh means father. And Romanian as well. I'm leaning towards the Habsburg end of the Spanish scale. We have an image for that, but I don't have it on this PC. Don't have it yet. It's the one, it's the Habsburg Spud. I need colonial power and shit like that. So I need ironclads. So I mean, I'm going to research Raider Group Doctrine next anyway. I'm looking forward to it, Super Czar. Super Zdar. Atlantia is invading Antarctica. You know what? I'll join that. Oh my god, no, I'm not joining. I'm reverting. I'm reverting. What the fuck? Hold on a minute. I should have checked that. Sorry. Oh, my game glitched out. I have to fix it. Oh. Oh. What the fuck just happened? Oh. Oh, look at all these calls to arms. Wow. None of which I'll be joining. All the people I've allied in this campaign keep going to ridiculous wars. So, with Albania, is it Macedonia attacking them or them attacking Macedonia? Macedonia decked on the Ottomans, which Russia joined, against Macedonia. Albania attacked Macedonia to get Kosovo, basically. Well, not Kosovo, because that is owned by Serbia. Serbia is a puppet of Illyria. There could be a Macedonia forming. Oh, it's crazy shit going on. Anyway, Micro-Indonesia. Yeah, well, nothing I can really do there now. You mean my reloading of the save being fast? Yeah, that was fast. The funny thing is, even with an old, slower PC, I'd still be one of the first people joining a rehost in multiplayer. Some people are so unbelievably slow to join fucking rehosts. You know, I don't know if it's their PC or just sort of complacency and laziness, or there's just so much of that. Right, we're doing another general bet, by the way, since I've got one here. Get the prediction up. Atlantia attacked Antarctica here, and the dual monarchy joined that. These guys willingly attacked the dual monarchy's feeling, and I'm going to war sub them. Will it be a combined 3 or more? Bet away, chat. You know the drill. It's the one we've done twice on the stream. The next general that I roll. The last one that I rolled was this, 3-2, but I didn't do a bet for him. Yeah, your information about the odds of rolling various generals, but won't it only apply to HPM? Or any mod based on HPM that hasn't changed that? So we wouldn't really, in the multiplayer community, which is basically where I speak from, even if I haven't played MP for ages, every mod in multiplayer might change that, so it won't really apply, and they would all have their own tables and chances. Alright, is that the betting closed? Okay. Here's the moment of truth. Can someone play a drum roll blurp sound effect, please? Oh no, you don't have to do that or worry about that, Super. I mean, every multiplayer mod is different, and you know. Some mods probably already have that information. Oh. Daniel Nunez. Can we, Super, we're giving you another task. Cavalry School and Vainglorious. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head any stats, any really good stats that give loads of points. Like when I roll a 5 attack or something, I've never memorized, but I have a feeling that Cavalry School is very good. I don't know about Vainglorious, but I think Cavalry School is good. I can't remember. Also, Super, I also have to ask you about all the other stats like speed and morale and all those. Each personality and background comes with a little set of those, doesn't it, as well? But they don't quite matter as much. It's 1-0? Oh fuck, he's shite. I was so wrong. It's a 1. Can we please get a no for the channel point prediction? This is a failure. This is just a 1. He's shite. And it goes to show that I just really do not remember any of these personalities. That also shows how little they matter and the sort of pointlessness of even having these in the game. Thank you, Ladoge. Moving on. I've got another bit for us though, actually. Will Atlantia beat Antarctica and the dual monarchy? Let's get that prediction up. Something more actually related to stuff happening in the game. So, to give you all the relevant information, Atlantia, 1.7 million pops, 23 brigades, 14 Miltech. Antarctica, 1.15 million pops, 17 brigades, 9 Miltech. But backed up by the dual monarchy, who often like to send troops to random American wars. Who will win? Bet now. We'll come back and check in on that later. And I'm not intervening because I can't fight the dual monarchy right now. Yeah, that's absolutely true, Super Zarian. Not joining. So I'll let that play in the background. Get betting. I gave you the stats, I gave you the facts. It's your decision on how you want to bet on that. I'm pretty sure Cavalry School was better. I looked it up. In vanilla it's 2 attack. So it makes sense. You remembered it as being... No, it doesn't. Because 2 isn't really that good. It doesn't add up. It's just... I don't know. If you were to remind me of some of the stats that give loads, like +4 or 5, I might remember them. They might ring a bell. And I might think, I might associate it somewhere in the deep dark depths of my neurons, little tiny connections somewhere. But really I don't know. And I was taking a stack back for an upcoming civil war. Oh, really? Oh, generals are made out of 2 variables, trait and personality. Okay, I get what you mean now. So there is no single trait that gives more than +3. Or the background is +2 and the personality. So when you roll a really good general, it's because the 2 different things combine to give you a high attack or defense. Ah, that is fascinating. These are just some of the things about this game, and we can establish Mauritania now. That doesn't create a new nation or anything. All that does is create a core behind the scenes. Some of these countries are allying me. The East India Company got that. Pontiac's my sphere, which I can inherit. Hey! Oh, you thought you'd ally me? Big mistake. Hey, got you. But anyway, we'll build an artillery or two there. So that's cheeky. Maybe we can get Palau. Maybe we can get Ternate. Yeah, that's right, Superstar. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I was saying that's just an example of some of that behind-the-scenes Victoria 2 mechanics. It's an example of one where I know the effect of the mechanic, and I know how to use the effect of the mechanic and play the game, but I really had no idea what was going on behind the scenes and how it really worked. And there's also loads of examples of me learning shit. Plenty was forgotten. There's so many. I'm learning shit through OpenVic as well, and the OpenVic team's learning behind the scenes stuff and researching. And it is absolutely insane that this is a game that, like, 14 years after it came out, years and years of playing, you can still learn new stuff about it and learn some weird stuff about how it works behind the scenes. And that's just crazy, the amount of stuff going on. And it's not as if it means that the developers were amazing geniuses. This game was like hurriedly put together. They put in a bunch of fucking EU3 shit and a bunch of HOI2 shit and just sort of came up, tried different ideas, messy times, you know. But they ended up coming out with something magical somehow. And they had 2 good expansions to really add on it and make it more polished. And add a couple of good new features. The Royal City of Gdansk. Wow, what's new? Wow. Anyway, was I going to say something? I was going to say something. Oh, I was going to mention China, actually. How the dual monarchy did not... I just rolled another general. But that's fine. We've got another channel point protection anyway. I just mentioned how the dual monarchy... Well, I didn't mention. I was going to mention. The Vic2 wiki has the table of traits for vanilla. Anyway, yeah, China did not lose land to the dual monarchy. It did not happen. It did not happen, and they have rebels. Some reactionaries there. I would be worried if I was China that they're getting reactionaries, and also minus 25% on the war here. Atlantia is sort of losing this war. Ooh. They did just get a really good reinforced tick because of my industry, though. They have a chance. If the dual monarchy doesn't really send anything, then they have a chance. But you know what the AI is like, don't you? Well, at least we've nearly got the fucking empiricism. The culture tech thing that happened is so brutal. We have, currently, we're going through, well, here we go. Oh! Ernesto Castro is dead. Can I get a Rip Bozo in the chat? And I think I have the better Twitch TV emote for it. And if there is a Rip Bozo fucking LARP sound effect, play it. Yeah. I have faced enough betrayals to know that I do not deserve to live among these rats and vipers. Please concede me this last request. Allow me to talk to he who holds the keys of heaven, and let my companions spend the rest of their days in endless anguish in the ninth circle. Ernesto Castro's last words, according to the royalist soldier Gabriel, I'm not going to say that name. He was found outside the castle, accompanied only by his sword, despite having led an entire army just a few hours ago. I think the better Twitch TV emote would be like this if I do have it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We do have it. So one of the soldiers that was roaming around the place was one who, without any kind of hesitation, shot him before confirming his identity. Reportedly, the whole attack was part of a plan crafted by the Republican leaders of the insurgency to take Castro out of the equation. Have him lead a charge, order a retreat, and shoot Castro's steed down to... So his own people betrayed him. The revolution has lost its most brilliant commander who fell victim to the conflicting interests of his comrades. RIP, Bozo. I would like to play as him in Gran Colombia next, though. I want to play Gran Colombia. I'm very much in that sort of conquistador mood. I want that sort of gameplay. I want to come back here on the other side. Right, our soldier encouragements are finally ramping up nicely and we're getting a lot more soldier pops. Our increase in research points over the months has allowed us to finish empiricism at the end of 1864 rather than inside 1865. That's very good news. We're grinding through this, you know, grinding through all this research point woes we're going through. We have speared a West African country. We did it. Map painting is very much on the menu. Nice. Oh, Scandinavia's gobbling up some of the land around here as well. Scandinavia and Burgundy are at war. War of Burgundian control over East India Company. They want to re-establish control over the East India Company, and Scandinavia has intervened to prevent that. Wow, crazy times we live in. Crazy, crazy times we live in. Oh, just roll the general. So, this war is still ongoing. Atlantia has made a big comeback. They're winning. By the way, when it comes to wars like this, remember that I always consider a status quo to be a victory for the defensive side. So if someone declares on you and you fight them to a white piece, you've won. Remember that. What do we plan? I don't know. Coffee. So if the dual monarchy and Antarctica were able to get a white piece here, then I would consider that a loss for Atlantia. But it looks like Atlantia is coming back and winning. What's the war score doing here? The battle war score has gone in favour of the Antarcticans because, I don't know, they crushed them in some early battles. Yes, Antarctica, yeah, that's right. Very cold here. What YouTube videos do you usually watch? Sometimes I watch the absolute most random shit that I'm not even that interested in that just gets algorithm to me. That's a big topic of what I watch. Everyone can relate, and it's also, now that I think about it, something I should probably try and resist more. Like just random cat fucking videos sometimes. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. Expansionism here. What's this? Year of Abundance. An abundant harvest. Wait, who won that battle? I think Atlantea's winning that, yeah. Oh, we're back. Atlantea's in the lead again. I'm looking at the people chatting, and not that many of you have a 1 or 2 next to your name. Not many of you even have that much riding on this. So the next tech, Raider Group Doctrine. This is great. Atlantea's winning. Does France deserve to be destroyed in this timeline? I don't know. So, yeah, Raider Group Doctrine is great because it will allow me to move towards building those ironclads and also getting the... what do I get from that one again? I get the central ones accepted from this one. Raider Group Doctrine gives me San Salvador. Yeah. There's not many Salvadorian people, but it'll allow me to get better admin efficiency in this region. And core. Core ports, cores, you know. That sort of thing. Oh! Colonial power points plus 200. Well, I'm not complaining. I don't have anything that says integrate the Mexicans. I don't have that, but I think I will get that when it comes to just the overall big event there. This one is, you know, all sons and daughters of Hispania shall be enfolded in their mother's embrace. Viva a Hispania. So you get to create a big new country there. Literacy not too bad. Yeah, we've gone up 12% in this session alone in about 10 years. I think we started the session at about 30%. So we are absolutely skyrocketing in literacy. There's some events that you get to form Iberia. Well, the way this country works in DoD fanfork is you can either form Iberia or a giant Hispanian union of the former colonies as well. And I've gone for the colonial route. But that doesn't rule out that there will be more stuff. Provence winning against the Yeah. Cotton there, please. Wow. War of Anglo-French aggression against Provence, minus 38 war score. They have not added a casus belli. Wow. All of the DM's armies are in England. They did not send anything to Atlantia. They have 130 ships. They also probably have troops in India. Probably? No? Wow. Provence is winning. Yep, there you go. You say AI moment, but Provence is AI as well. It's the AI beating the AI. A Cuban governor's monoculture. With the death of Castro, in spite of the reasons for the revolt, it seems our current governor in Cuba has gone to expand existing and build new crop plantations without our input. This policy is creating monocultures on a massive scale. This has upset the Cuban population as the replaced fields are apparently symbolic of not being able to choose their own destinies. Okay. I see. when I'm really satisfied with the amount of soldier pops we have in the most popular states, I will move to encouraging craftsmen. We can skyrocket the industry pretty soon. So even if we are forming a union of the Spanish-speaking people, or Portuguese-speaking people in this case as well, in the Americas, I'm still not ruling out going after Aragon. And there may still be some kind of paths for them, I don't know. The mod maker heavily teased that there is some extra crazy stuff you can do. And I love that. That always keeps something exciting to go for later in the back of my mind. Oh, the Christian Republic of Kyushu. Alright. What? Where's that? Where's Kyushu? It's one of the islands, isn't it? Oh, it's the one next to me! Oh, I'm sparing that. These are my boys here. This is the Catholic missionaries. I don't really have any steamer convoys right now, but we're getting some on the world market, so my transports are actually starting to be built. I might get more if I stockpile. There. The end of the leased ports. Oh shit, this is exactly... Oh my god. Oh, that was short-lived. That was short-lived. Over the last few hundred years, our nation's influence in Japan grew so great among local daimyo that we were able to negotiate the lease of a port city, which became an important enclave. Nagasaki and Yokohama were, along with Osaka, the only truly free trade ports in Japan, and renowned centres of intellectual and cultural exchange in addition to their status as economic hubs. However, despite this being a negotiated agreement, the Japanese have always felt uneasy about foreigners holding their lands, and it seems that the Japanese government has finally decided not to renew our lease. Their representatives assure us that they will obey the terms of the lease's early termination clause and reimburse us, though our lawyers... We're bringing back Saul Guzman for this case. Protest that exchange rates have changed dramatically since the contract was written and this sum is far lower. That's a fair point. Imagine you sign a treaty, right, one day, and it stipulates a certain amount of money for a bit of land later, if they want to get it. And then they come back 50 years later and there's been inflation, and the exchange rates between currencies have changed a lot. How does that work? I bet contracts and stuff have that built in these days. You know, it's got to go up by the normal inflation index or something. Anyone know? Anyone here an employment lawyer, business, you know, great negotiator? I'm sure we've got loads of great people with intense big careers like that, don't we? Some of you must have great knowledge on how these things are negotiated. Keep the port... Oh mate, I know. I have no intention of giving it up. I'm going to war over this shit. Yeah. How many troops do we have? 17? Oh, I'm going in. Problem is, I don't have any transports in the region at this particular moment in time. Because guess what? I took them all back to Europe for this fucking civil war that's not happening. I'm taking them back. And I can't build new transports, because I foolishly decided to go for steamer transports instead of other transports. And I will now actually try to build the other type of transport. I will now build these 10 Asian clippers. Here we go. We're going to war with Japan. I wonder how far I can go with this in terms of events. I don't mean just like map painting them. All I'm doing here is demanding reparations. I think this is just about money. I think all I'm really fighting for here is a better amount of recompensation for the port. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way of me going in there and keeping land. Doesn't seem that way at least now, but who knows. Keep Japan from westernizing. Too late. Too late. I think the mod should add more interactions and stuff with Japan for the port holder there before. Japan, before Japan westernizes and takes it back, there should be like Catholic missionary events, there should be something. And if you're feeling really devilish, maybe there should be some kind of event to expand in there. But I also understand that when you're playing Spain, going all the way to the far-flung Japan is probably the least of your concerns. When you're maybe fighting for America, or Aragon, or India. I'm only doing this now because I don't really have seemingly much else going on. But I bet the Civil War will break out. Is the Atlantean War over? No. But I think this is over, actually, in practice, because the Atlanteans have won. My next prediction will probably be something like, will a Civil War fire in the next 5 years? But not right now, because we still have one. Wait. They've got navy. Do I even have a navy, so to speak? I don't really even have combat ships. What am I doing? I'm going to take my 13 combat ships and see if that can do anything. Maybe I should have thought about this. Clipper convoys. Am I stockpiling that shit? I should be if I'm not. For this. I will try and build some frigates in the Far East. Just frigates, not even commerce raiders, just frigates. Yeah, dual monarchy, mate, you need some mill access. Provence didn't even take anything or do anything. What? And it's back in the dual monarchy sphere? They had the chance to start forming their epic fucking Rome map that they get. They had that chance and they blew it. Yeah, the economy is looking great. Unlike the Bavaria series, right? Poverty, the war on poverty. I was actually going to mention that, if I do say so myself, the title of Bavaria Part 17 is very clever and has multiple meanings. I really, if I do say so, I'm proud of that one. I also know what the title of the next episode will be, but I won't share that. No spoilers. It's not a crazy, it's not a clever title like that. It's just a very straightforward title next time. What are Burgundy and Scandi fighting over? I think I looked at it already, but I forgot. Well, I can tell you something else. Plantagenet is trying to conquer Nurse Reno. What's left of Plantagenet, anyway. This is, oh yeah, it was the East India Company War. Yeah. Burgundy is trying to reclaim the East India Company over here as a puppet, but Scandinavia is trying to stop them. And if I had a navy, I would try to stop them as well. I don't want Burgundy owning that again. It's not in my interest. But I can't really do anything about it. I'm busy fighting Japan. Oh boy, I don't even have enough colonial power to make this a protectorate, let alone a state. Oh boy. I think the East India Company can maybe hold out here. Oh, these boys are nearly here. You can go there. Actually, I'll do this. The combat ships and the main combat navy is on its way. I'm not going to send transports ahead. Oh god! Just in case exactly that happens. Just in case that. Just in case the Japanese navy, which itself is just transports, comes round. That's the exact reason. Get out of there, boys. Oh, CU-10.A. The Remedios speech. Yes, Doomlord, exactly. Yeah, I was going to talk about the name and explain why it means different things. So, Doomlord explained it perfectly. It means multiple things, right? So, first of all, it means on poverty, like being on drugs. Like, you're fighting a war while on poverty, as in, like, you're on a drug. So, there's that. And the war on poverty is actually a policy campaign in America. It's something like that. It's like trying to make people richer, trying to help people. So there's a real thing. It has a real meaning in the real world. And it also just implies a general war that all the players in the campaign are fighting against poverty, because it's been a constant theme. And particularly in that video. We're all fighting a war together, even on the enemy side, against poverty. Cheers Arabulaba for gifting a sub.
Arabaluba gifted a tier 1 sub to Zay Bastard 1.
So it means a war on poverty that we're all fighting together. It means we're fighting a war, which is the war in the video, while on poverty, like on drugs. And it's a real thing in the real world, although the video doesn't have anything really to do with that. But it's a real attested phrase that people have heard of. That's why it's also clever, because it's like there's something in the back of people's mind going, oh, that's something, I've heard that before. But they might not know exactly what it is. So I can tell you more details about it. I originally had the plan, my working title for the video was The Poverty War. So that was going to be the first title, and that was pretty basic, you know. The overall theme of this war is that everyone's poor and we're all in poverty, so the poverty war, pretty simple. And then I think I was in a shower. I think I was having a shower when it dawned on me, the war on poverty. Holy shit, that's just twisting that title, the poverty war, around a little bit, but then it creates a couple of different meanings, and it's great. In my career as a content creator, I absolutely live for those eureka moments where I come up with the perfect title or thumbnail idea in the middle of having a shower. Those are the greatest moments. Right, so the Remedios speech. Clip that. Clip the no. If you can clip the entire explanation of me explaining the clever Bavaria Part 17 title. But if you can't get it all in one clip, I don't know. Anyway. After the death of Ernesto Castro, we thought that the revolutionaries in Cuba would wither away. However, our agents discovered a meeting of various known revolutionaries in San Juan de los Remedios, and were able to eavesdrop on a speech delivered by one Ignacio Garcia de Casadilla. In this speech, Casadilla called for the revolutionaries to prepare for the liberation of Cuba. Are we going to have to fight a fucking Cuban civil war? Oh god. So they're amassing arms possible and spreading the message. These people are my accepted pops. What's the problem? Unfortunately, our agents were too few in number to arrest anyone there, but now we know what we are dealing with. From our records, Casadilla is a plantation owner and seemed complacent with the Cuban administration. However, there seems to be an affront. Scripted event, sadly. It happens regardless of whether I accept them. And that was... I think I talked about that before. So it's now believed that he's leading Republican revolutionary. He's going to try and overthrow our rule. We've sent agents to try and find Casadilla before the revolt can occur, but he and his workers are nowhere to be found. It's over. That sounds like there's a fucking civil war on the way. So I've got some troops in the Americas that I've left behind. Quite a decent contingent actually, about 45k or 42k. So I'm going to build some transports around here. Actually, I already have enough transports to move these stacks individually. That's completely fine. So that plus my actual viceroyalty should be able to take care of that. This viceroyalty doesn't have transports. Oh well. Forget it. But now we're fighting Japan. Who's this communist country? Oh my god, that's not a communist flag, that's the Roman LARP flag. This country to the border of me just formed the Latin fucking Empire. Oh shit. Oh, that might be problematic. That greatly makes them a lot stronger. Right on my border. Oh dear. That also makes you wonder. Maybe it's good to take them out early before they can form that shit. Oh dear. I hope they don't get to the point where they get those cores on me in the late game, remember? Oh, fucking hell. This is a suboptimal outcome of events for me, yeah. Right, the Japanese transports, they're going to invade me somewhere, those cheeky bastards. Where are they going? It's like Bad Frank said, a giant turd on the map. Yeah. It's true. This was the Big Brains video, I think he said that. Or maybe it was one of the... I think it was actually the little Bavaria that could, or the follow-up to it. Those are both from the same campaign. Is this Atlantean War? They've fully sieged that... Oh! They fully sieged Atlantia, but the dual monarchy has now sent troops in a great plot twist. Surely fully sieging down Antarctica and winning a naval battle shows that they're winning. Surely. They will be ticking up a lot of war score. But if this comes to a battle, then this could be very dicey. I mean, quite literally. Oh, I actually have some background things about... You remember that video where he's forming Aragon, Italy in the Big Brains video? So, how do I put this? Right? So, there were some Bad Frank moments that I ended up not putting in that video around the time that he formed Aragon there. He was, as well as making his general banter about forming his map, he was also making extreme sexual references to engaging in self-pleasure over forming his map. But I did not put that in the video because it's too much. That footage is gone though. I'm sorry. Stay. He was also engaging in feigned masturbatory humour over forming his map extensively. But I didn't include that in the video. But I remember it. I remember thinking, no, that's too much. I think he was saying things like, I'm gonna map. Oh shit, the Joe Monarchy. Oh no, they landed more, but that's a -4 dig in landing and a 9 roll for the Atlanteans. Holy shit. Oh, what a big move. Patreon exclusive. That wasn't even in a Patreon exclusive. Wasn't even in an exclusive. There are some great Bad Frank clips in the Muscovy series deleted scenes though, which you can get if you're a Patreon supporter. Even to this day. If you get a Patreon now, you can see the Bavaria series bonus clips which are out and being actively released, but you also get to see the entire back catalogue of Muscovy deleted scenes. From way back in the day. And there's some absolute gold in there. Absolute gold. In fact, it's been a long time, I've kind of forgotten what's in it. I should watch those again and remind myself. You know, the old stuff. The old Patreon exclusives.
Good grief.
My favorite part was when he said it's forming team, and formed all over the map.
Yeah, Atlantia just stack wiped the dual monarchy. Thanks for the bits, Doomlord. This is an interesting little war down here. The Atlanteans have a lot more troops. The dual monarchy have been taking a bit of attrition and losing land. This country only accepts Atlantean as a pop. But I think this country, Atlantia, has a lot of chains and events. They could probably do some big things. I'm probably being invaded by Japan somewhere now. They had transports. Unless they're trying to send their transports all the way around to fucking... Oh no, they invaded Oman, who I called in the war, apparently. Alright, they invaded Oman. Alright, I was wondering... Where are the transports? I need to roll an admiral. Okay, that's where they put them in, I guess. But Oman is doing a counter-invasion of Okinawa. Oman has sent 3k troops to do what the Americans had to fight a brutal battle to do in 1944 or 5. Probably 5. When was the Battle of Okinawa, lads? Was it 44 or 45? Probably 45, because that was kind of really a late thing. Must have been 45. Aye. Which month? July. As fucking late as July. Wow. Just as that battle was happening, Oppenheimer was like, you know, doing his... He was Oppenheiming. Oh fuck, what's this? March of 45 to September 45. The bombs were dropped in August. Was the battle still basically sort of going on at the end of the war? Oh, of course they hit one frigate here. Oh, this frigate's called Hernan Cortez. Do you think having a frigate named Hernan Cortez actually makes sense in this universe? Was it not different? Was it not Portuguese people? I don't know. Yeah, in World War II, battles, what people call a battle, they can last months. It's not one single engagement like they were before. But they're called by the same word, a battle. Oh, Japan has 118 brigades on the homeland. I'll have to blockade them into accepting war reparations. Oh, they got fucking man-o-wars, lads. Fuck. Oh, God. They got man-o-wars out here. I'm gonna try making... Actually, no. Just good old frigates. Nothing beats frigates. That's a Simpsons quote. Good old rock. Nothing beats that. Oh, I'm not too hopeful about this naval battle, but if I can sneak some troops onto Taiwan... 183k Americans initially invaded Okinawa. Holy fucking shit. How many Japanese defenders were there? From April to June. Okay, we've got the real facts straight here. April to June makes a lot more sense. We've lost this naval battle. I don't know if we can pull through on this war against Japan, lads. It's probably over. I don't know if we can make it here. 76,000. Wow. And the casualties? Just read the Wikipedia article to me, chat. What were the casualties? Everyone's given wildly conflicting figures as well. 76,000 regular soldiers and 40k Okinawan conscripts. Okay. No, they're not conflicting figures. This fucking East India Company war is still going on, and the East India Company is crushing Burgundy in Thailand. 50,000 Americans and 77,000 Japanese thereabouts. Oh my god. Oh, that is really a big scale actually. Even for the Pacific Theatre, which is like an island hopping theatre, and compared to the Eastern Front. That is huge. There's no denying that. We've bitten off more than we can chew with Japan here. Although we do have a lot of war score. They won't even accept white peace. I hate that about the AI sometimes. I think in this situation Japan would accept white peace under normal circumstances. Between 40k and 150k civilians killed too. At least neither, you know, of the main conflicts going on in the world nowadays will reach those casualty figures, as much as it's horrible. At least not yet, anyway. Unless these things going on escalate. A depressing fact about World War II is that about 20,000 French civilians died in the liberation of France. That's a depressing fact. There you go. Alright. Well, we can do the integration of San Salvador if you want a cheerier bit of news. Hey, oh! If the Spanish Empire were a family, then San Salvador would be the middle child, too often unnoticed and striving for its parents' attention. I would say that San Salvador is actually the small, crippled child, without really anything going for it. This land's shite. Anyway, an underdeveloped region defined by its radical separation between urban centres and outlying rural regions. San Salvador has struggled to attract enough migration and economic investment to reach the same levels of wealth as New Spain or New Granada. Advances in communication and transportation technology, however, may finally allow us to enmesh San Salvador's rich lands with the international market. We'll introduce the legislature, blah blah blah, and long story short, their accord accepted. And now have admin efficiency. There you go. And I can probably mobilise a brigade from there. There you go. Great news. What tech should we be going for now? Well, you know, nothing in particular. So in that case, we're so far behind on mill tech and in industrial tech. Honestly, I'm getting a mill tech. The mobilization one. More casualties in Stalingrad than all USA war casualties ever. Well, that's right. The Eastern Front war was on a scale that is mind-blowing, and as much as we're all fucking nerds and we know about history, if you just stop and think about the Eastern Front in World War II and the numbers, it still blows the mind. It still blows the mind that that happened within barely just living memory still for some. Oh, this is my navy. I fucking forgot about that. I could win the naval war versus Japan now with this. Similar in China. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Eastern Front, World War II Eastern Front is closer to home. We're just spouting off number facts now. I should have rolled a fucking admiral, but I didn't, did I? I want a naval battle. We're so back. I do have an admiral on this main navy and it's a 3 attack. Excellent. I'll make a naval comeback here. Alright, we are making a great comeback here against Japan. They would accept my reparations. We won. We didn't really go that far, but we won. We didn't invade them. What's this? We'll have to go to war with the Adamawama Empire now? Fuck off. Are any of you people here allied to me? No. Oh well, we're going in on the Adamawama Empire, and we don't even have access to either of these countries bordering it. Cool. So, did I get those transports? I did. That's good. I'll send them there. That was a successful little move. Can you form Iberia with Spain? Yeah, but I'm going for the alternate route, which is the option to unite Hispania and the colonies in America. More Albions died in the Death War of 1836 than all other wars IRL. That's the kind of fun facts I'm talking about. Thank you. That's more like it. I was getting kind of bored with the real life facts there. But now you're bringing it back. How's Antarctica doing? Okay, that is a good, very good point. And yeah, that is a win for Atlantia. I would like Ladoge, if you could please. That is a 1. That is a victory for Atlantia. Absolutely great stuff. I was going to do a channel point prediction for if a civil war would fire by like 1870, but I'll probably call the stream before we reach 1870, I dare say. You know, taking it slowly, and we're going to call it soon, so I dare say. I will take these troops back to Europe though, because I'm still living under the fear of the Civil War. I guess, you know, one thing about this mod, if I had to nitpick and find some area where it's a bit weird, is just, you know, the lack of being able to prepare for things because you really don't know the timing, and I forgot to upgrade my fucking ports. The lack of being able to prepare and know the timing of things. An event chain like those trials with the Fueros and Asturias could happen, and it feels like a civil war might be coming up because it's leading towards that. And then nothing ever happens because it just doesn't actually fire anytime soon. Because I brought troops to Europe specifically in case a civil war was coming, because I thought it was. Now, I also like the idea of not always being able to min-max and prepare for everything with meta knowledge. I like that too. But I also feel like I'm blind. I don't know what's coming. And I can't really... It's hard to strategize and decide where to send my troops because I don't know when something might fire. So there's some kind of... I just want... I'm not suggesting that the mod does anything about this, I don't know. I just want the mod makers to know that that's sort of in my mind. And that's been something that slightly bothers me, but not really much. And I still love the mod. That's just something, you know? Something small. But if you have watched through all these campaigns, you will remember me basically saying the same thing almost every time. And when you have an overseas empire like this, look, like I was expecting a civil war to happen, but instead I went and fought a war against Japan and brought more troops east, and I can send them back, and nothing happened. Now, there are a lot of events in the mod that do actually explicitly give you a time frame, or they say this will happen at this time. But maybe it's just... I guess it requires really good, clever writing to just have it be... Don't say it explicitly when the thing will happen, but imply it. Like if you're writing an event, say something like, if we don't act soon, this could break out into war in months. Yeah, maybe. Don't do that or take my advice, I'm not a modder. You know. Just a slight concern. And I mean, also in this situation as Spain, it makes a lot of sense for me to deploy troops across my empire evenly, have an American contingent in case anything happens, have an Asian contingent in case anything happens, and a standing army back at home in case anything happens. But if, for example, a war were to break out with the Latin Empire, I'd need my entire army here. And if a civil war happened, I'd probably need my entire army. You know? So, the sort of if those two things break out, then the idea of lightly garrisoning and spreading out just kind of falls apart, and you should try and bring all your troops to Europe as soon as possible. I'm not actually complaining though. I really am loving this campaign and all my campaigns in this mod. So do you think that rules against some huge hug boxes in multiplayer is a good idea? Sometimes they get ridiculous. No, I'm actually against alliance limit rules and rules about it in multiplayer. Even in a series like Bavaria, where this shit is happening, there's hug boxes. My view on it is 100% that the players have to correct it themselves through their actions and their diplomacy. And they often do. Sometimes it ends in a bleak ending like the Hungary cinematic universe where it never happened. But most of the time, when you think about it, let's say a country loses a war against... Let's say a 2v1 happens and a country loses a war. Players often do think, you know what, that was unfair, we should help that country, and then they even it out or create a bigger alliance next time. It happens. And within the Bavaria series, spoilers for episodes that have come out, in case you haven't seen them, in the war in part 14 and 15, there was a huge alliance that came against us. And we did win that war, but we also got a lot of sympathy from that war. And remember, in that war, Scandinavia was in our voice chat quite a lot and really sympathetic towards us. And ultimately, Scandinavia is now on our side in part 17. So these things kind of do balance themselves out, and players do take balance. Not necessarily balance in the game health sense, but just they gain sympathy when countries do get gangbanged. These things happen. I think Scandinavia in the Bavaria series now being on our side might be the biggest example of that. Because if you remember part 14 and 15, he was very sympathetic. He never crossed the line of actually joining the war, but did he not give us money and stuff like that? And he gave us advice about the military. He helped us. So that's my answer. That's my answer. Even if a campaign fails and the players do not manage to correct the diplomacy and fix the hug boxes, don't add those sorts of rules, in my opinion. If a campaign dies because the players couldn't correct the diplomacy, then so be it. It failed. That's it. Move on to the next one. And hopefully learn the lessons from it. If a Nurse Reno campaign broke down into hug boxes, he would probably let it happen, but then talk about it and tell the players about it at the end. He has little one-on-one chats with all the players in his campaigns. And also, I come from a context where God of Cheese campaigns had multiplayer alliance limits. If you look at the Meme River series, and yeah, if you watch the Meme River series and come out of that still agreeing with alliance limit rules, it's difficult to have that position after watching that series, because they are just horrible. They're just not good to play under. They create a level of just calculation and crafting your alliances to meet limits rather than organic diplomacy, you know? And it was horrible to play under. Well, not horrible, but awkward, maybe is the word. We now have a cement shortage though, so let's get my coal provinces. Oh, can I build? Oh, I'm now stuck on a party that can't build factories. Yes, Mikhail. Mikhail, yeah. The alliance limit rules are a good example of those rules that stifled it. Playing under alliance limit rules is really stifling and bureaucratic and contrived. The alliances become contrived and forced. I think statism is the new economic policy. Or I can't remember. No, I don't think. I think it's the the version after this one that I'm currently playing that removed the Paternal's ability to create factories. How many accepted pops do you have? 4.42 million. The rest are my many Asian pops and unaccepted pops in America, North Africa, stuff like that. Africa. Amazonian patriots are rising up for a country that doesn't exist anymore. Amazonia. Can't wait to get into editing more of Bavaria Part 18. The plan is, roughly speaking, to release an OpenTTD video, which is really almost finished. Like, it's not going to eat into much Bavaria Part 18 editing time. It's nearly done. I already worked on it a lot. I've edited this next upcoming OpenTTD video over a long period of time, right? So it's been a project that I've dipped in and out of for a long time, probably even since I uploaded the last one. Basically, since I uploaded the last OpenTTD video, I've started thinking about the next one and editing it. And now it's nearly done, so I'm going to release it this Saturday, probably. Or Friday. Friday. Very soon, actually. And then the next video, which could be next Friday or next Saturday. You missed the OpenTTD streams? Yeah. But just like all bigger multiplayer streams, they're just kind of stressful to organize and stuff like that. Always puts me off. The organization always puts me off. It was the Latin Empire that got Hindustan, which is also concerning because that makes them even more powerful as well. And they're right there, bordering me. The only thing going for this is that the AI might be too stupid to send troops from Italy into Aragon and fight me properly. That could be my saviour. In the same way that Provence was able to humiliate the dual monarchy and do nothing out of winning that war. So, I have to encourage priority in all my cement factories, because I do have some already. Maybe I just have one. Yeah, I just have one. I had a period of time in this campaign where we had a party that was allowed to build factories. That time is over, so we've got to make the best of what I did build at the time. Yeah, I do have the... No, I don't have the dual monarchy as an ally. It's hard to keep track of this shit. Alliances just come and go in this fucking game for no reason. Oh yes, another... Hey, what do you mean TNO content? That's Big Weevil's territory, okay? If you want TNO Victoria 2 content, watch the latest Big Weevil videos. I haven't touched that. I'm all about the old CWE videos. Yeah, and a follow-up on that would be great. If you want some insider info about the CWE video, my original impetus for making a CWE video was... Thinking back on all the CWE streams I did, I wanted to make a compilation of every moment that nuclear bombs went off. So just a nuclear bomb compilation. Like everyone going crazy and laughing sort of compilation of every moment that we used nukes in our CWE things. So I started editing it like that, you know, with that idea in mind. Edited down some of these sessions, including the one where I was playing as Russia and we had the Israel situation. In-game, game, not real life. YouTube algorithms. Anyway, So I just started editing these things down. And then with the one that became the Samson option, I was thinking, you know what? This in itself is such a good story. I'd rather not shorten it down in order to be in a compilation. This would work so well on its own. I could get great content out of it. So I expanded on it and made it its own video. And the rest is history. Go watch it. It doesn't get as many views as the Bavaria series, of course. Partly because... Oh, I just rolled a 4 defense admiral. Have you added your admiral stats to the spreadsheet if you're still here? Anyway, yeah, it doesn't get as many views because everyone wants Bavaria series and people are less likely to click on something different. But also because of the limited monetization and age restriction that it received a few hours after being uploaded. That hit it. But it's gotten a nice amount of views, you know, 28,000. In the long run, it'll reach about 30k over time. They do they? Alright. Very interesting. Well, Quito just got an earthquake in Arica. That is just terribly unfortunate. And it's not a province, so I can't really follow up and see where that is. Finally I got railroads though, and next we're getting another Miltech. I'm not allowed to build railroads, which is fine. I mean, I'm an absolute monarchy. I could put another party in power. What if I were to just put this... The last time that I'll be able to use the Paternos to build factories right here. The last time, because they've been nerfed in the latest version. But I'm using the same version that I downloaded before that to play this campaign in January. Early in January. So this is the last hurrah of the Paternos. I'm not allowed to shut down factories. Is this... Could this be? No, this is not. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I got it the wrong way around. Paternals are allowed to build factories, but they are not allowed to upgrade or delete them. Wow. There you go. And they're not allowed to use priority. Wow. Ah, that's actually... I got it completely wrong about the paternal buff. Or nerf. I mean nerf. It's definitely a nerf. And it is actually in this version. And it's very different and very interesting. So you can build factories, but you can't really interact with them after that. Thank you, Super. It's very interesting what you're doing with the spreadsheet. All the best. Thanks so much for tuning in and sharing that. And now I'm just sort of, thinking about the maker of the mod watching up until that point, knowing that I'm getting it all wrong on the paternals. Right. The Grito de... What letter is that? Darguitas? They heard bells without knowing from where. Old Spanish saying. Does anyone got the actual translation? Oh, Varguitas. Anyone, what is that in Spanish? Anyway, it was not very smart to think that the Cubans would forget all about their grievances once Castro died. Oh, here we go. Let's fight this, whatever this is, and then call it. The Cubans do not fight exactly for republicanism, illustration, or other intellectual motives. They fight only for independence. To sever the crown's hand that lies in the island. The revolution has regained its strength after the rapid rise of Casadilla among the ranks of the rebel leadership. Grito is bad, Grito is very bad. The Grito de Iparanga was when Brazil got its independence from Portugal. Oh shit. That's not happening this time though. Although their numbers may seem intimidating, their forces are still largely unprofessional, often barely armed due to Spain's restrictions on gun ownership. There you go, everyone. Restrict the gun ownership, pro tip. And arsenals getting better defences. The damage will be immense, but in the end, here we go. Oh, it's not happening yet. Well, we could leave it for the next one then. But we are ready. I've got limited forces in the Americas ready to deal with this. That have been here since the start of the game. These are the original conquistadors. These are the lads that fought the war against Gran Colombia and the war against Quito. These are legends, living legends, who are probably too old to still be in the army, if they're the same people, but... And Grito de Dolores was the speech that started the Mexican War. What does grito mean? Cry? It means a cry. A scream, a cry, a yell, right? Doesn't it? The cry of pain. Grito de Dolores? Oh. How big is the stream delay, or do we just not have anyone who knows that word in Spanish or any native Spanish speakers around here? Thank you, Woven, who is Portuguese and not Spanish. Grito is scream, but it can also be like cry with no tears. Yeah, I meant cry as in scream. There's a couple of different meanings for that word, I guess. You can cry as in crying tears, or you can cry out in pain, cry out, just, or give out a big cry, shout. Oh my god, another one. Macau this time. Grito de Liberdad. Oh. But yeah, it looks like this sub goal might actually be a big grind to actually reach. We'll have to do a few more streams before we can get it. Also, we didn't get any donations. The new donation link, which doesn't not work, it's working. There you go. We're going to really have to grind to get this sub goal, it seems. We're not getting it immediately. It's going to take time. I had about, what, anywhere between 200 and 250 subs around Christmas. Around the end of the December grind. So hopefully we can get that back up and reach the goal, and I really want to play Spore. But we are coming to an end. In fact, I'll stop and take the save here just before 1870. 1870 is a big year, a new text drop. There's going to be a civil war in Cuba, more events possibly at home, another civil war at home. Eastern stuff is happening. Ultimately, we're gearing towards the goal of integrating the last of the viceroyalties and forming a great map. Looking forward to further streams in this campaign. Maybe the next time will be Saturday, no, Friday, Sunday. I'm so sorry that I really cannot commit to days on when I stream. Tomorrow I'm just going to focus on editing and preparing the discussion stream tomorrow, and then on Thursday we do a discussion stream, and then on Friday I release an open TTD video, possibly also streaming on Friday after the video in the evening, right? And then on Saturday I'll take a day to myself, a social life day, a sort of thing. And then on Sunday we'll do another stream. Maybe we will continue Raft on Sunday with Pie Chucker. How about that for a very rough schedule? But yeah, another great session of this. Really enjoyed it. It was a pleasure talking to everyone in chat about various things. Great fun. Is there anyone streaming Victoria 2 out there right now to raid? What fucking random stream did it just play to me while I... Oh no, it's just me. No one else on Vic 2. Ah. We could stream Habibi, Absolute Habibi, on EU4. We could do that. You are the most popular Vic 2 streamer. It's not saying much. There's another fun fact for you. Victoria 2 as a category still has more followers on Twitch than Victoria 3. You know, being the old game, the smaller game, there's not many categories of popularity where Victoria 2 can beat Victoria 3. But in terms of the things that build up over the years, like Twitch category followers, then we've got that going. That sort of technically means, in a way, that streaming Victoria 2 on Twitch might end up being more popular than streaming Victoria 3 if you were to choose between them in terms of what you might do to be more popular, because just the category has more people that might be interested if they... I don't know what people do, right? Do people really decide, when they decide what stream to watch, do they go, I want to watch this game, I'm following this category, this game, so I'll see if I can watch a stream in it? I remember sometimes where I've gone, I want to watch this game, let's see who's streaming this game. I think I've done that before. But, I don't know. It's interesting to think about how people find new streams and how they really get found. A lot of people, myself mainly included, come to streaming on Twitch with an existing community that I built on YouTube first. And a lot of people are like that. Tommy K, who is one of the streamers I actually watch, one of the few that I would actually watch, has his YouTube channel thing with Marconi, gives him so many viewers coming across to watch him live from the videos. But he did start out streaming first by himself, then got editors later. You know, I guess people searching Hoi 4 would have found him. Who knows? It's interesting. It's interesting how people grow, how people find the streamers they end up watching. I sometimes watch just chat streamers to chill while doing stuff. Like me on this. This is my Victoria 2 single player streams are a just chatting stream with pre-recorded Victoria 2 gameplay to talk over. But yeah, I suppose these Victoria 2 streams that I'm doing in single player are really chatty. They're really chill and chatty. They're not so much about the gameplay. Although there is a lot, and the DoD fanfort content is good, and we're getting through that. I mean, actually I don't want to downplay the gameplay that much. This is a lot of gameplay. I'm going through a whole campaign, explaining everything that I'm doing, and making decisions and talking about it. So I think I overplay that it's just a chatting stream. There is actually, you know, there is a big emphasis on the gameplay and what we're doing. So yeah, there is. But there is also a lot of chatting. 50-50. Anyway, what was I even talking about? What was the main point? Oh, the main point was who I'm going to raid. And the thing is, right, the longer I sit here doing a sort of chatting outro, the more people peel off and I lose raiders. And then my viewer count looks worse to the person I'm raiding. So Habibi's going to be like, oh my god, Spurgun's only getting 40 viewers? Oh, terrible. So maybe I won't do it, you know? Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I've talked about this before, but I don't really like interacting with other streamers on Twitch. It sounds weird, right? I don't like to be a viewer who chats to a streamer. I don't like to be a streamer who raids someone and then goes into the chat and says hi. When I raid people, I don't even like to go there and see the aftermath and see what the streamer said. I just find it awkward. I don't know why. I don't like it. I really love raiding people. It's a really nice gesture. I like to do it, you know, but I don't like the interaction because it's weird. I don't like being that guy in a chat with a streamer with their face talking to you. I don't know why. It's just a weird dynamic, you know? Like the streamer's there, you can see them, you can see the person, and they talk to you, even though you're just a line of text in the chat. I don't like being on the chatting end of that. I love being the streamer and doing this. I talked about this in the last session as well. It's weird. It's funny. It's just the way I like to do things, I guess. Everyone's different. So, less talking, more raiding. That's actually a good point. Let's just do the raid. Let's just call it. And the viewer count actually went up for me. So, you know, it's about 50. That's respectable. I won't lose credibility by raiding with 50. Yeah, thanks for watching. We really need to up the subs and donations next time, though. But thanks for all the bits. And with the sound effect thing. What, Doomlord? BTW what? Come on, you have the last word. It was up to 60 plus for a bit. Yeah, earlier. Now it's 49. No! My credibility's gone. What is it, Doomlord? Are you giving us one last sound effect or a donation? Any banter lord anytime soon? Well, oh god, look, I like it, I want to play it, I want to play Persistent Empires, I just don't have the time. Look, you've heard me talking about what I'm doing, right? I'm editing Bavaria Part 18, I'm doing this campaign, I'm playing Raft with Piechucker, I'm doing a discussion stream on Thursday. You know, my next plan is to do a sub-goal to play Spore.
Good grief.
No pressure, man.
Do you see any slots for Bannerlord in between? Now, don't get me wrong, I like to play it off stream time to time, but just going in a random team deathmatch server. But PE is a bit of a mess with server issues just now, heaps of lag and a competitor being worked on. Ugh, well, that's no reason to not play it. It's always worth trying, but that's the point. Nothing bad about it though, Doomlord. You can suggest what you like. Sometimes though, it's just when I have all these things to do and all these things planned out, when someone adds another game on top of it, it's like adding something on top of a really unstable pile, like a Jenga tower. You've added another block called Persistent Empires on top of my Jenga tower of Vic 2, of Bavaria, Raft and Spore, and it's going to topple over. There's just too much I have on my plate, too much to do, so little time, but I'm loving what I'm doing. Now anyway, let's do a raid. Thanks for watching, appreciate the subs, bits, donation, well, no donations, never mind that one, and thanks for the moderation and the channel point predictions. And thanks for the offers of sponsored animators, but I had to turn that down at this time. Okay, let's do a raid. How do I even do a raid? What's his actual title? Absolute Habibi. The raid has been created. Get in, everyone, if you want to go and watch some EU4 action. And I'm, you know, oh hey Hamak Gal, welcome to the stream. Bye. We're going. Surely I'm not late. Get in the raid. You're going to go and be early for someone else's stream. Right, thanks so much everyone. This was another great session. Had a great time talking to you. Bye.